Hello. Happy Wednesday. Oh my god, I made it alive. I'm here. A survivor of... Actually, believe it or not, there were actually some eclipse, astrologically, if you believe in that kind of stuff. I take it with a grain of salt. Kind of like with the weather, but nonetheless, it is still something to consider, I suppose. So hello and welcome. I hope everyone's doing all right. Hi, yes, good to see you. Thank you, Nimby, for being here. Hi, King, so good to see you guys. Really happy that you guys could make it. Really glad that you guys could, you know, check in, be here on a Wednesday. As you guys know, last week was pretty crazy for me behind the scenes, but it is what it is, right? Like, we just gotta make the best out of it. Oh, really? Oh, yeah, I didn't keep up with the groundhog. That's a thing. Wow, that is a thing. Oh, I forgot how it works. It has something to do with like the shadow and like when the little groundhog comes up. And hello, welcome. That is a name that I will struggle to pronounce, but I will try. I'm going to refer to you as Trina. Is that okay? The later half of your name. Trina2286, hello and welcome. Thank you so much for being here. We're just gonna do some check-in, you know, asking folks how they're doing, how their week has been. Feel free to you know, share what you feel comfortable sharing. I tried to be a little bit more structured. Moving forward, I'd like to try to be as focused as possible. But if you know anything about me, that is always a struggle. You're about to get off work? Oh, okay, I thought you were gonna say about to get off track again. I was like, no, don't curse me. Too soon for that. But yeah, about to get off work, so you'll probably be driving, in which case, fasten your seatbelt, stop on the red, slow down on the yellow lights. All that good stuff. And then knowing King, he's like, oh, run the red? Okay, yeah, sure. Just chaos. I had a question, like a check-in question for everyone. I came prepared today. Yes, I did. The check-in question today was gonna be something a little bit uplifting, I hope. The question is, what's motivating you to achieve your goals? Yeah, that's the check-in question. Really? That's so funny. You just got done working out, so now you're gonna just like relax, you know, take it easy, watch me struggle. Yes, I will do some struggling. I will also be talking about various things that come up in this sort of stream of consciousness that happens. But yeah, so we actually have some updates. I offer some updates to the community. So if you don't know, if you're new or you're just tuning in, you're like, oh, what's this about? Exercise stream, let's go. I'm like, yeah, totally hyped for that, right? Actually, this whole thing, it's kind of like, I'm kind of like, what do we call it? Two pigeons and one potato. It's like two birds and one stone. I'm trying to like knock out two things at once. We need a goal to head towards, right? That is true. Personal goals is what the prompting question is in your life to reflect. What are some things that are motivating you to achieve your personal goals? Whether it's, you know, health, etc., work, projects, creative outlets, hobbies, social goals. I want to make more friends. I want to network more. So that was the topic. But announcement. I'm always splitting hair when it comes to topics. That is something I need to learn to manage someday. Or I could just, you know, go in multiple different directions all at once, everywhere, everything, all at once, all the dimensions, all the tangents. That is also my brain. Okay, so I finally calculated from day 1 to day 7, and I think today we are on what? We're on day 9. So I haven't calculated day 8 and day 9. I owe the community who has supported the the charity fundraising thing, event, ambitious project that I had many years ago. Nah, it's not many years ago. It was it was like 2024? Oh my god, yeah, 2 years. I still need to wrap my brain around that. And so what happened was we were raising money for UNICEF, helping children, you know, fundraising money for children to support like their livelihood. And we donated all to UNICEF through Tiltify. So I didn't touch any of that money. It went all through that page, that platform, and yeah. And yeah, the community showed up. It was just, you know, the scholars and whoever, you know, felt like contributing. And yeah, I offered redeems, which related to exercise, because previously I was doing some exercise just for the teehees and the funsies, and then it turned into this. The reason why it's super delayed in terms of me issuing out these redeems is because I did get sick, vitamin deficiency and a lot of fatigue, and yeah, I guess you could call it burnout. It wasn't mental burnout, it was literal physical burnout. So there's like there are some nuances and differences, right? Because you could mentally feel like I can keep going, but then your body's like, yeah, about that, maybe not. So I was still like really like, why can't I push through this? And so my mental was like always like go, and then my body was like no. So I took like 6-month hiatus. Yeah, real. I took 6-month hiatus, and I really focused on, and I joke about it. I said I was touching grass. I really, you know, I really did my best to limit my usage of technology, and maybe this is something that can inspire others in case they feel something similar and they need like something to change in their life, but they don't know what. What I did was I slowly reduced my use of electronics. Not 100%, obviously, but then I replaced it with other things, other activities, like going to the park, reaching out to people, meeting new people, going to events that I felt comfortable going to, like a local book club, you know, library events that are usually free, you know, checking out local cafes that I didn't know existed, because they were pop-ups or they're new. So I was like, oh, I never knew. So I went there and checked out some cafes and whatnot. Yeah, so that really helped. And yeah, so I felt a little bit better physically. I continued taking vitamin supplements, monitored, you know, my diet and my sleep, and integrated like different routines like stretching to help with the muscle cramp in my neck and back, because I think that was related to an injury that I had and other things, right? So if you know you have some issues with your body, like lower back pain, you know, tension in your back or shoulder, yeah, it's my encouragement is to always figure out a solution as opposed to enduring pain. Personally, I don't know about you guys, but pain makes you cranky. Makes me cranky. So when I'm cranky, I'm not a happy person when I'm cranky. I don't think other people are happy when they're cranky either, because they're in pain in one way or another, whether it's emotional, physical. And we've talked about like how like tooth pain in the past has literally driven people crazy. So yeah, it's a real thing. Can't make this stuff up. But anyway, so that's kind of like the introduction of that. So yeah, so update. As of day 1 to day 7, I've actually completed quite a bit. The push-ups, I owe the community 225 push-ups. Can you believe in a week I have knocked out 210? Yeah, I'm getting close. What does that mean? I will still continue doing the push-ups as part of this workout routine until all of the redeems have been completed. So I will go over on some of the redeems, but that's okay. I should have paced myself a little bit better to kind of make it all even, but that's the best I can do with a potato brain. So I'm actually okay with this beginner workout routine. It's really good. and it's pretty cool. I get what? No, well, so hold on. I actually, believe it or not, 210 out of 225. I'm almost done with my push-ups, but I will, like I said, continue doing the push-ups. Now, as for sit-ups, I owed everyone because of the redeems, like the donations to the charity. Y'all redeemed 375 push-ups. No, sit-ups. Sit-ups, push-ups, 225. Sit-ups, 375. 375 on the sit-ups. Sorry, I can't speak. Hi, we have Lettuce Gremlin, welcome in. We also have Panda, hello, welcome. And then just, you know, mix and mingle everyone. These are folks. We have King here. I think Nimby was here lurking, and we got some other folks. So I'm just going down really quick. I'm running down kind of the what I owe, what I've completed. So from day 1 to day 7, and it's not including day 8 or day 9 or today, which is what, day 9? Today is day 9? Yes, today is day 9. I haven't counted today or the day 8 of workout. So in a single week. Yeah, we're driving now. Okay, all right, cool. Buckle up, drive safely. Let's see, where are we? Sit-ups, I've completed 210 out of 225. Push-ups, sit-ups, push-ups. Y'all, I'm doing that thing again where like words, I don't know why I do this. I don't, like, one of these days I will grab sugar instead of salt and salt instead of sugar, and I won't know why until I realize I grabbed the wrong thing. Anyways, push-ups, 225. Sit-ups, 375. I have completed about a little over 400 sit-ups. I've completed over 400 sit-ups out of the 375, but I will keep continuing doing sit-ups because I like sit-ups. Core strength is my favorite. It makes me feel really grounded, so that's cool. And yeah, happy Chinese New Year, Lunar New Year for those who participate. I did that whole little bit of like astrology earlier, but moving forward. Planks. I have calculated 825 seconds, which translates roughly into about a little over 13 minutes, like 13 minutes and wait, yeah, like 13 minutes and some, and then some, out of 30 minutes. So for planks, y'all have redeemed 30 minutes total. Like I need to do all 30, but to my understanding, it is 13.75 minutes. So it's like, what? I don't know what that 0.75 minute is, but it's either 45 seconds or probably like 45 seconds. So I'm close. I'm really close. So we're gonna keep doing planks. As of last stream, I believe, thanks to, I believe it was Alvin, someone in the community who tuned in, we are bumping up the planks too, as you can see. We're bumping it up, right? Yeah. Trying to point, can't point. Ugh. Anyways, we're bumping it up to 60 seconds per plank. It used to be 40 seconds, but I think we can try a whole minute. I think. I don't like it, but we're gonna try. Today's gonna be that extra testing, see how we feel about it, see how my stomach handles. Hope I don't throw up or collapse, but that's not gonna happen because I know how to set boundaries for myself and listen to my screaming kidney beans when they say stop. So we're gonna try a whole minute of planks, 3 sets, right? 3 sets. We'll see how that goes. Hi, ganbatte. Hi, arigatou gozaimasu. We're gonna do this. So planks, we still got a ways to go. We're almost halfway there with planks, 30 minutes total. We're about, yeah, like 13 minutes in. We're almost, we're gonna get there, I believe. Cycling is really cool. So according to what I've tallied, and I have a little bit of anxiety, like, did I tally this correctly? But I did my best, so, you know. My understanding from the total, from the charity and the redeems, was 3 hours and 15 minutes of cycling. So far, I have completed 165 minutes, which I translated it to 2 hours and 45 minutes. So out of 3 hours and 15 minutes, I've completed 2 hours and 45 minutes of cycling. So we're going places. We're getting stuff done. We're getting it completed. Health is increasing, yeah, in some ways, and then other complications are complicating it. But yeah, that's only from day 1 to day 7. So yeah, haven't counted day 8 and then today, but we're gonna keep going for, you know, maybe 2 weeks. We'll keep going at this beginner routine for about 2 weeks. Maybe we'll have like a stream where I talk about like, hey, let's try to come up with a more challenging workout routine. Maybe, I don't know. That actually depends on a lot of things, because so this is kind of like a public service announcement, if you will. Last week I couldn't stream because some of my symptoms, new symptoms, reoccurring symptoms, question mark, like it was like a mix of like new symptoms and like reoccurring symptoms came up, and I don't really know where it's coming from, because before I knew where it was coming from, it's like, oh, it's because of the sciatica, oh, it's because of the, you know, the physical assault case, oh, it's because I have an injury, oh, but we resolved that significantly. Like I have like a 99.9% recovery rate, that has been resolved, to my understanding. I'm a lot better, but there's some other things that have not been addressed, which usually requires therapy. And I do remember there was a stream where I said, yeah, I recognize this, I know it's an ongoing thing, and yeah, I would like to, you know, resolve some of the issues that I am currently trying to resolve within myself, and trying to take accountability for my own healing instead of just vomiting it on other people and expecting someone to like save me, because that's not me. That if anything, like there's a lot of support and help, and I can acknowledge when I need help, but like there is no one person that can like save me, you know what I mean? Like I have to save myself, and I completely acknowledge that. So knowing that, I also need to be reasonable and do things that honor myself and honor and respect everyone else's time and energy and efforts, right? Because like it would make no sense if I just like burn myself out and then, you know, peace, you know, like that's not cool. So I'm gonna try to not do that. There have been some new stressors, like life stressors. I won't get into it right now, but I have mentioned it. You guys know about it, and I will eventually talk about it. I believe that the transparency is important for people's like awareness and knowledge and moving forward, but right now is not that time. So I acknowledge that, and it will be very difficult, because that means I have to be an adult and do the things and take the steps that I need to do to resolve it for myself internally, obviously privately, and then maybe address it with the community or not. Hard to say. Obviously, I do want to, you know, include everyone on this journey of life, of what it means to be accountable for your own actions. Like, I will say I've made mistakes. I will also say that I'm going to remedy any follow-up that I need to do, and, you know, and like just take responsibility for the choices that I made. But in no way am I gonna like blame myself or feel bad for thinking that I was doing something good, like not for show, but just out of like, I don't know anymore. I thought about it so many times how I would talk about this with you guys, and it just never, I could never figure out like how to tell you guys. So this is just how it came out. So anyways, yeah, workout difficulty maximum. Oh man, the maximum workout, I would probably end up really dizzy. I've actually done that before. I've pushed myself really, really hard in a session, like with like a gym trainer or like with like gym buddies, like people I go to the gym with. And I actually, what ended up happening was instead of pacing myself, I got dizzy. So I actually did have to like sit down and like get some oxygen in my brain and get some water. And I had to like sit out the like, not, I couldn't complete the whole like session because I just went too gung-ho. So that's for me. I learned like, oh, pacing yourself is really important. So yeah, so if you guys ever, you know, work out before, you know, pacing yourself is more important than just like going crazy, unless you're doing something like CrossFit. But I feel like with CrossFit, you still have to like pace yourself to an extent. I don't know how that works. Never done CrossFit. If anyone has ever done CrossFit, let me know how you like build up to that intensity and maintain that intensity. I guess that's just a lot of like nutrients and like building up muscle to be able to produce that level of effort in a workout. So no, I don't think I've ever puked or passed out. I just got dizzy, which don't recommend. Do not recommend. That's really dangerous. It's also really important if you are working out by yourself, you should have a spotter, because when the weights get too heavy and your muscles give out, it's really important to have someone like catch that for you, unless you're like me who just doesn't go over. I just kind of maintain. I might test the waters, but then like I'm not gonna like actually, you know what I mean? Like you put the weight on, you lift it up off the bar, and then you see, oh, okay, and then you like put it back down. And then you just kind of like calculate in your brain, like you calibrate, you know. Yes, the body will always communicate its limits, and I think that's really important. And you know what? If I can just share really quick, before I share something, I found a really cool resource. So I'm shifting into this like content curation arc where I'm really excited to like share content creators who already are doing this type of work, and then like I want to kind of like follow along. But before I do that, let's get started stretching. Oh my god, it's been like 15 to 17 minutes and we haven't even really gotten started. All of this like exposition. But yeah, the check-in question was for you guys, if you want to share what's motivating you to achieve your goals. And for me, what's motivating me personally is a lot of hope. A lot of like wanting to heal, wanting to do better, wanting to navigate this. The master of stall. I am master of stalling. Hello, Poette Everstall here. Let's see. I'm going to start the clock. You're almost home. Great, great, great. I'm so glad you are getting home safely. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna follow this. So this is invitational, meaning if your body and your mind says, no, I don't want to do this, I'm in pain, I'm uncomfortable, I'm not in a place that's, you know, because like, for example, someone's driving, obviously don't do a yoga pose, don't strike a yoga pose while you're behind the wheel, please. Yeah, but there'll be plenty of opportunities if you want to stretch, walk, and whatnot. Pause at Everstall, that's hilarious. Yeah, that is amazing. Lettuce gremlin, yes. I realized this a few days ago when I like flexed my minuscule muscles on my forearms, and I'm like, yo, it's muscle. It's actually muscle. It's not incredible, it's not impressive, but it wasn't there before, and I'm like, this I am getting muscle. So the protein shakes have definitely been helping. Pretty inspiring, pretty like motivating. Like, yes, I'm building muscle. That's really important. So I'm really glad that you mentioned that. Lettuce gremlin, yeah. Crazy King can get his like stretching done once he's safely arrived at his destination, you know, and not on some traffic. Six-pack. I don't actually. Do I have a six-pack? I can't. I have a solid core, but the toning, I need to do a lot more. Y'all, if you want six-pack, that stuff's not easy. lean meats, lean protein, protein, and then like you have to do different workouts to shape the six pack, like the different areas. Like usually when you do like a sit up or, you know, those typical stuff like planks, you're engaging like the main, you know, like the main core area, but then there's like the higher up, the whatchamacallit, the muscles, because there's 6 of them. You're only doing 4. You gotta do the lower 2 and the upper 2. I don't know what they're called, but there's a muscle group there. And that there's like, you have to isolate those specific muscle groups to really refine and tone it. It's pretty cool, actually. Never got that far ever in my life to get chiseled. Get chiseled, son. Got to cut a ton to have some ab show. Nice, that's cool. The good thing is from this is I have I'm gonna go ahead and start the time. I have I think I've shed some like excess water weight and like just general weight, which is nice because for a while I felt I was getting a little pudgy, not like chunky, like chubby cute, but I could kind of feel it. Like I was like, oh, that wasn't there before, so it is what it is, right? Okay, so like I said, it's invitational. Please join. Oof. Oh, is that Rob again? Wait a minute. Really? Are we getting rated by Rob? Why am I not getting notified? I am so not okay with this though. Oh my god, are the Brovs here? Ah, let's go. Oh, hi Rob. Thank you. We are just getting started. I had a bunch of exposition, just yapping, updates, and yeah, so we're stretching. Everything is invitational. I got a notification. I am blind as a bat because I do not see it. I am not even trying to be gaslighting. I don't know why. I need to fix. Oh. No, that's the wrong tab. Okay. Huh, that's so weird. Well, hello, welcome, Brovs and Rob. Thank you so much for tuning in. We're getting started. Everything is invitational. We're working out super easy, like beginner workout just to get folks started. If you already have a workout routine or this is just way too easy, no problem. You can just chill, vibe, stretch if you need to. We started the 5-minute stretch, so you know, I'm just doing my own thing. I'm stretching like my hamstrings, I'm stretching my calves, I'm stretching my legs, I'm stretching my arms as best as I can, and yeah, we're just vibing. Okay, so I was gonna tell you guys something really cool that I found, which was I think his name is like reikimarco or something, but he is making content. And we were talking about like the body and like the mind connection a little bit. We didn't really say it out front, like body, like mind and body, but like we were saying we should listen to our body because it will give out, it will tell you your own limits. Even if your brain is like, go, you know, your body's gonna be the one, is gonna be the entity, the part of you that says no at some point. So, it's called, okay, bear with me. It does sound kind of woo-y, okay, but just bear with me. It's called sacral recalibration. Sacral calibration or sacral? I think it's called sacral calibration. So, if you guys have ever meditated, actually, quick question. Has anyone meditated? Yes, no. Yes or no? I was actually a meditation teacher for about a year. And then prior to that, I meditated pretty regularly, like twice a day, morning and night, for about an hour, like 30 minutes to an hour each session. So about, yeah, like an hour to 2 hours a day, like total. And like, you know, you get into the whole like, oh, your chakra system. And, you know, it's how do I describe it? It's like alchemy before medical science, right? So you needed like some kind of system to describe the body. Never attempted. Okay. It can be kind of interesting. It's supposed to evoke relaxation. It's supposed to kind of like help bring awareness to your mind, your body, your thoughts, and all these kind of little awareness things, right? Other times, depending on kind of where you're at as a person, it can be really difficult. Other times it's like really easy and it's just like natural. Yeah, it's very, yeah, it requires patience and the attention span that's not what is being produced through social media right now. So I totally get it. I totally get it. Trina says they need to get back into it. Just thought about life goals, what you need to do for the day. You don't feel like that's the real version though. Oh. Question. What? Please elaborate if you feel comfortable. I'm very curious, what do you mean by the real version? That is very interesting. A vibe-based, very vibe-based. So basically this content creator is dealing with like the lower, I'm gonna use the word like lower chakras, quote unquote. And so if you don't know what a chakra is, no problem. These are just like, you know, energy centers, like almost like pressure points. And we were done stretching. that has been 5 minutes. Okay, cool. So, okay, I have a lot of little talking points. I brought up meditation. I brought up reikimarco. I brought up sacral calibration, which is, it all ties together. Trust. I'm trying to like tie these all together for you. I feel like more people are more introspective. Oh, objective focused. Okay. I like that perspective. I get it. Like if you're too, there's a person, there's an author. She talks about being too introspective, which is like, it's good if you have that. Some people don't even have introspection. Like there's no reflection happening. So they need more of that. Whereas if you already have that capacity to be very reflective and introspective, what you need is to be more external about it. I'm still reading about it. It was Dr. Julie Smith. I was just reading her book. I was just looking at it yesterday, funny enough. And she talked about that. Okay, so how am I gonna tie these plot points together while being on a bicycle? That is the magic. So let's continue this discussion, but we're gonna do it with cardio. I don't know how. My thoughts will deteriorate as I get fatigue, but it's okay. Let me bring up Jim. There's Jim Buddy Po. There's Jim Buddy Po. She's here. They're there. Okay, cool. Jim Buddy Po is gonna lead the way. Jim Buddy Po, hello. Come hither. And we are going to have Jim Buddy Po guide us. Guide us, Jim Buddy Po. Lead the way. Show us how it's done. Jim Buddy Po will be demonstrating some form of cardio, and at this point it's going to be running or jumping jacks. We could do jumping jacks. Now we'll just do running, jumping jacks, jumping jacks. We'll do running. Oh, not that running though. Come back! Don't do this to us. Okay. All right. So Jim Buddy Po do be the running. Good. Okay. Running! Things are happening! Sorry! Alright. We're doing cardio for 15 minutes while I struggle to set everything up. Hi Scylla, welcome in. Oh, you're late because you're getting your driver's license today. Okay, no worries, all good. Good luck with your driver's license test and all of that. Jump scare, Okay, so I'm gonna attempt to do the thing where my brain talks and does something. Multitasking. Great. Grand. Okay, so we were talking about how the body will tell you when to stop. And there's something else. This is like so ADHD that I don't even have ADHD, but I'm not proving my point because I want to switch to this other topic. And it's about Harvard, but I'm going to talk about that later. I'm going to talk about Harvard later. Going back, so let me just tie up this little tangent that I've created for all of us. So I'm on the bike, so I'm cycling while chatting with you guys. So sacral calibration is basically the process is, this is how reikimarco described it. he asks you a series of questions. Like it could be like 10 questions, and all you have to do is you don't have to think like really elaborate about it. You just use and literally just like and like that's how you answer the questions. And what that does, and it reminded me of when I was doing sound healing, because the same thing was like they were trying to like activate this like part of your nervous system or a part of your brain and your body that's not rooted in like language, but in more like your gut instinct, and you're like it's more primitive, like, you know, basic like wants and needs and like validation. So the thing with the sacral is it's dealing with like the lower half of like the human body. And before people get really weird, yeah, I totally get it. So so on the chakra system, so you kind of have to have some background knowledge on some of this, otherwise you're gonna get really lost or make some weird conclusions. So this is why I brought up the meditation and the chakra system, because that was my reference point, and I didn't know if anyone has ever meditated or has ever heard of the chakra system as like a starting point, as just like a framework, as like a map, a pinpoint, just to get started to talk about this issue or topic. And so basically it's like yours, there's like what? Let's see, 1, 2, 3, I think 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's about main 8 primary chakras that's along your spinal cord, or what they call the Sushumna, which it's like the meridian from the top of your head to the base of your spine. The Sushumna, that's like Sanskrit, I believe. And so that's where like the major quote unquote energy centers are, or like it's really important because that's also where later we discovered that's where your central nervous system is. Yo, so they were trying to tap into that before, you know, being able to really explain it medically and scientifically. But there's still a lot of I can see their logic, honestly. Oh, okay, yeah, no, okay, so believe it or not, I know this is gonna sound really weird and geeky, but some of the stuff that Naruto, and do you guys know Avatar: The Last Airbender? Okay, the cool thing about Japanese anime sometimes is that they take real references from real things. It's not random, and yeah, it's like slightly misplaced, but it's not too far off. So what was it? There was this one in Naruto, there's this one move. It's like it has something to do with like the gates. It doesn't have anything to do with actually no, it does have to do something with what's it called? Rock Lee. So Rock Lee, I swear to God, Rock Lee, when he's opening those channels, that is like one example. Obviously it's not literal, like, okay, no, don't take it literally, okay? No one, please don't try to, don't make constipation sounds trying to open up your 8th gate. That's not gonna happen. Okay, so no one do that, please. I don't know why. I just see someone like trying to like sit there, like holding their fists, trying to like open something, and I'm like, that's not it. That's stop. Please stop. And then they're gonna be like, oh, I heard it from Poette's stream, and therefore they said I could do this. I'm like, no, that's not what I said. Yeah, so yeah, for sure, right? Avatar: The Last Airbender, pretty good. So in examples of Naruto and Avatar: The Last Airbender, so in a scene with Avatar: The Last Airbender where he's trying to like tap into his avatar state, and there's like this guy who like leads him to different environments, and he's trying to help Aang unlock some of his like his chakras, essentially. And he describes it really well. And like when you have blockages in these in these energy centers, right? That's why you need to meditate, clear, all these things, purification processes, all of these things. Same thing with Naruto. When you see him like meditating, literally like in order to go to sage mode, he needs to like be kind of like one with nature, and like he has to like listen and hear and feel and know and be silent and like do all these like things that, you know, science can't explain and cartoons are just attempting and mystics have talked about, and we're just over here sitting here like, oh, it's entertainment, haha, cool, and it's magic and it's not real. And it's like, well, it's really hard to pinpoint. So but that's another discussion. So so basically, going back to Reikimarco, he's teaching this, he's doing this thing where he's like making like shorts, and he asks a series of like basic 10 questions. Like, here's an example. Everyone, you can just, you know, like he says here, take a deep breath. So you breathe in through your nose. He calls it smell. So everyone takes a deep breath, and then you swallow. This is actually really important. You swallow your saliva, and then you blow it out through your mouth. Yeah, that's actually really, really interesting. I feel like I could deep dive into that a little bit, but I'm not going to right now, and I don't want people to get the wrong idea. But that is like the introduction of his video, and then he will say, you know, just say uh-huhs and uh-uhs for the questions. He'll say like, did you eat? You'll be like uh-huh or uh-uh. There's some questions for me that I said like I don't know, right? And he'll say stuff like, do you have 10 toes? And you'll be like, uh-huh. Do you have 2 feet? And you'll be like, uh-huh. Did you, you know, did you fly today? And you'd be like, uh-uh, right? So just something like that. And I think that's supposed to like train and kind of like activate a part of your nervous system and brain. Again, I don't know the science, but it does have something to do with like, I think it's somatic. I need to double check. It just has something to do with like your nervous system and the part of your brain that's in the sacral. So going back to the chakras, why did I bring that up? Because when he's talking about, he's dealing with the sacral calibration, he's dealing with your lower chakras, which is, again, that's where like your sex organs are. That's where your stomach, right? Food, survival, and these are like very primitive instincts. Now, it's really funny because recently I read, and I've tried my best not to like dump all this information on everyone, but it's like, it's in my head. In order to try to be like in order to try to live a fulfilling life, you want to try to like get your lower sacral region like under control, and you want to like navigate life through the upper chakras or the upper regions of the system, right? The chakra system. So if the lower register, the lower regions, and there's nothing bad. I just want to point out that there's nothing wrong with the lower chakra systems. It's part of your survival, right? But if you can like operate in your higher chakra systems, it's a lot better. And it's really interesting because it makes me think like, okay, does this account for morality and ethics? And then I thought about it, and I read a little bit more. I asked around, and they said if you can come from like a place of your heart chakra, like once you like when you're operating from your heart chakra and above, the morality, the ethics, all of that is like built into that system, if that makes sense. So if you're in your solar plexus, which is just below your heart chakra, the solar plexus, if I remember, there's like 3 of them. So there's solar plexus, there's another one, and then there's like the sacrum. So there's 3 in the lower, and then there's a heart center, which is like the green color, and then you have like your throat chakra, which is it's like a place of like speaking and truth, and then like your third eye, which is like seeing, intuitive, like abilities and like wisdom and knowledge, and then you have like your crown chakra, which like is supposed to connect you to like the universe, the divine, and things of like out, you know, not in the physical, but like you understand nature, animals, you can like sense all things, and everything is all connected, blah blah blah. That's like your higher understanding. But you can't do that if you're constantly fighting for food, power, and like, I don't know, trying to like procreate, for example. So those are the lower registers. So I think for the exercise dealing with the sacral calibration exercise that this content creator was introducing, I was like, oh, this is really interesting, because it's like if you're stuck in a very like I need to secure my food. I need to secure my sense of power and placement in society and the hierarchy, and I'm in the system where I need to like, you know, thrive in that state of mind. It's really hard for you to like come from a place of like love and like sharing and giving and care and like spirituality, because you're too busy operating, just literally trying to survive. Of course, there's a lot more to it. Obviously, I'm just giving like a super oversimplified like interpretation just to kind of get people curious and to investigate on their own, as opposed to just taking it from me directly. And plus, I'm not able to share right now the resources that I've personally consumed, and I'm still like processing and digesting. So it's just a conversation, it's just a topic. There's nothing set in stone. I'm not making any bold claims like this and that. It just kind of like makes sense from that logic or that framework, if that makes sense. So yeah, it all ties together, because having taught and meditated for like 2-3 years, it's like, oh, okay, this actually makes sense from that standpoint. Now, someone mentioned that they're more like objective, so that's why I'm like really curious, like, oh, how do we bridge like more objectivity into this like super spiritual introspective? Like, how do we manifest these positive qualities, not just in our brain, right, but like in the working daily life, right? Like, what does that look like? That's actually a question that I'm still trying to like figure out. And it's not easy. It's really not easy, because think about it like this. Say, for example, you've done the work. You as an individual have done the healing, you're still working on it, you're self-aware, you're cognizant, you understand the issue, you're doing your part, you know, sharing information, staying healthy, whatever you're doing, and you're doing it right, and it's cool and it's good. But then you interact with a system, an environment, a group of people, not any specific group, it's just like people in society. It can be from any walk of life, anything, any ethnicity, and they're not as grounded, or they're not where you are at, right, in their personal development. Then what do we do, right? What do we do? And then my thinking is, oh, well, I think what would best help is like to share information, right? To inform them like, hey, you know, this is where you're currently at, this is your situation, and like there's like a different way, or there's like another option to remedy. So for example, I personally don't have addiction, but maybe someone else has addiction, right? So I'm in a different state of mind, I'm in a different developmental state, and another person is in a different developmental state. So what do I do, right? I could bring awareness of these issues to like prevent others from, you know, getting addicted to bad substances or other things, and I can promote good things and let people make their own decisions. So that's kind of like the solution that I've discovered for this right now. But other than that, it's a big topic. I wasn't sure where to go with this, but I feel like I think I did what I needed to do to loop where I was going with all of this. And then there was another topic about oh yeah, so Avatar: The Last Airbender and Naruto. Yeah, so those media, there's actually a lot of references that are not just made up. It follows a lot of the belief systems and practices. So like meditating, purifying the mind, body, and if you believe in the spirit, okay, cool. If you don't, then it's just mind and body, right? What does that look like? So in Naruto, and especially in Avatar: The Last Airbender, he really needed to like let go of his attachment. At the time, for Aang, it was Katara. Like, he was too attached to that worldly anchor, and it's not a bad thing. And even the show says, like, even the analysis says, like, it's not a bad thing that, you know, Aang loves Katara, blah, 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 blah. Spoiler if you haven't gotten that far. So that's not the bad thing. It's just like in the moment, in order to access his avatar state, he can't have that anchor, like, be something that takes him away from, basically, to my understanding, it's his crown chakra. So even though he had a lot of heart chakra, right, and that's where love is, he can't like be stuck in the heart chakra. He has to move up the channel to be able to access the universe, which eventually is his avatar state. Like his avatar state is like above and beyond, right? It's not of this world. It's like even we see it in the anime or in the show, in Avatar, his avatar state is like the universe. It's like huge, right? It's like this entity that he needs to harness. In order to access that, he needs to like open up his crown chakra, so he can't get stuck in his heart chakra. So it's a lot about like moving the energy upward, and it's supposed to be a purification process, or a type of purification process, depending, right, on which how you want to navigate that. But anyways, okay, so that was a lot of information. I tried to keep it like digestible. I don't know if I did that. Maybe I just sound crazy. That's fine. I did my 15 minutes warm up. We're good. I hope anyone out there who's also tuning in is like, I don't know, stretching, rolling your shoulders back, doing a little neck exercise here and there to kind of relax from the daily stressors of life. And yeah. So, oh, I remember the other topic. I wanted to talk about Harvard, because we were talking about the body and the mind a little bit. And this was just kind of something that I literally, again, ran into the other day before I get into push-ups. So there was a person who shared an anecdote of having gone to Harvard, and it was horrific. And their argument, their thesis was that Harvard breeds enables the pedophilic misogynistic system. All right, let them cook. Let me cook. I'm just regurgitating. I am just the messenger. And I was like, hold up, I need to hear this. And this person talks about their experience, and I'm like, oh my God. And I see it. I don't know if anyone else will see it. Maybe some people won't see it, and they'll be like, oh no, and in which case they're enabling and perpetuating the system that we're in. So which is really interesting. I used to firmly believe that silence is neutrality. And as I have gotten older and aged like fine wine, I'm like, that is actually not the case. I can see in some instances where it is, but in other instances, no. So that is really, really interesting. Food for thought. Didn't know we were gonna have this conversation, but we're having this conversation. I was actually hoping to be able to have a space to talk about this, but I just wasn't sure how. And here we go. I guess we're having this conversation because it's happening. So yeah, so Harvard, and so the story goes that this person attended a college party, right? Like they want to socialize and hang out and do the things that college people do that I never did, because I was just paying way too much money to goof off, and I just did not do those things. One of the red flags was that they at this party they spiked the punch bowl, and like 20 female Harvard students needed to be hospitalized and have their stomach pumped from that incident. And then I think something that was really eye-opening for this particular person who shared this story, which I'm regurgitating, by the way, I'm regurgitating it. No, this is not my opinion. It's just a regurgitation. They said that the following week, it's how everyone responded, like the students and like the adults there were just saying things like, oh, those darn was Harvard boys, they're such pranksters, and they were laughing about it. They were like, ha ha ha, it's just a joke, it's and no one got hurt. I don't know about that. 20 people had to go to the ER. I mean, do you need death? Is that Is that when things is a casualty? I don't understand. Like, hello? Confusion. So that was when they, this person who shared this story was like, okay, this is bad. They go on to tell other incidences and anecdotes and observations, and I'm like, okay, I'm seeing the premise, I'm seeing the thesis, I'm seeing the argument, I'm seeing it all. Cannot unsee, Anyways, what I can do is I could share it with you guys. You guys can formulate your own opinions. I don't want to like tell you what to think, because at the end of the day, if you don't think like me, I don't think I want to be around you, because that's just bad. That's just bad. That's just all bad, I think. But yeah, so that's big yikes, right? Trina says, it's half true. There's some good people. Of course, there's always some good people. Yes, yes, yes. But any place that's selective and high in privilege is attractive to those who do wrong. Okay, part of the Go Home Club. Oh, yeah, okay, all right, yeah, so that was me as well. Okay, so we're gonna do push-ups. But thank you for hearing me out, guys. Thank you for being so patient. I know you're listening, and I'm trying to be articulate and do the best I can while also completing my exercise routine. I know it sounds like I'm really like jolly and happy, but trust it, I'm still processing this in my brain. It's very serious. I don't think there's anything funny from this. Honestly, there's no, I don't get the sense of humor. I don't understand what's funny about drugging people, especially women, at an Ivy League school, and then like playing it off like it's a prank. Like, and then the question is, where are these people getting the drugs? Like, who, what, who, where are these young students, college students in an Ivy League? And you know, the argument that this person says, and you can watch the video, they say it, they're saying like, most of these students, mostly men, are from well-off families who are probably going to inherit things and go on to be like, you know, really powerful CEOs because they inherit a lot of the, you know, stuff and all that. So I'm like, oh, well. So again, going back, the argument that this person was making is, oh yeah, so Harvard / you know, Harvard in general. Oh, and it was around the time 2022, 2023, 2024 when Mark Zuckerberg, as we know, dropped out of Harvard. And if you guys remember what Facebook was before what it is today, it was like a hot girls, like you compare two female people and like see which one is like more attractive. That's what it was. I don't know if that's like the epitome of like misogyny, but at first, you know, anyone can say like, oh well, it's just, you know, like guys, and I'm like, okay. But and then it moved on to like other endeavors. So anyways, the more you know. Did one of the Ivy League school? Oh my god. I don't know, actually. I'm not sure about the Ivy League school taking naked photos for that. But regardless, that's still not a good thing. So yikes. Big yikes. I wouldn't be surprised. I'm not saying live type. I'm not saying it didn't happen. I'm just not informed. So it's very likely that possibly did happen. I just don't know. I'm just uninformed. But I wouldn't be surprised because that's like that stuff happens like in a lot of different industries, like entertainment, modeling, etc. Right? Yeah. Then quickly became terrible when they would choose to feed. There was a point, like, when Facebook took off, like, it started competing with, at the time, MySpace and some other websites, like High Five, and like, there was, like, you know, some of these other that just kind of fell off. But, like, at its origin, Facebook was kind of... It was basically... Do you remember those, like, polls? Like, those, like... You know, people would share those like, it's like a message chain, almost like an email chain. But basically it's like, oh, you have 1 hour to respond to this message now that you've received it, or else you're gonna get bad luck. Or, oh, answer this questionnaire. And it's like asking basic things, and then you repost it. And then you get good luck or something, or you get money or something. I don't know. It never came true, but it was just, you know, supposed to be like a thing like that. So... Yeah, there's usually, yeah, and it's really interesting in this current climate where there's so much that's finally coming out and there's like evidence and everything, and yet it's like it's really telling. It's really telling. The clickbaits, yeah, clickbaits of the mid 2000s. It is what it is. But okay, I'm really glad that I can entertain this topic with y'all in a very kind of like just as objective as possible. But yes, my subjectivity is coming out because I'm like, this is not good. This is kind of not good, not very good. And yeah, so I've been just keeping up with like different resources, trying to like ground myself with resources, content creators that align with this like similar, you know what I mean? Like I just gotta make sure that I'm not crazy, because I'm not, but like it just helps when people also tell me I'm not crazy, you know what I mean? instead of like basically, you know, gaslighting me and doing all that weird stuff, and yeah, that's no fun. Okay, so I am going to do some push-ups. I'll be doing some push-ups. I'm not good at them, but I know I have developed some muscle in my forearm, in my biceps, and in my triceps a little bit, and it's pretty cool. Just like I think it was Lettuce Gremlin said, it's really inspiring when you get to see the results of your hard work, and it's like, I got muscle. So I'm gonna do the push-ups, even though they're not fun for me. I'm seeing results and I'm feeling more confident, and we are gonna do them in just a momento. And yeah, it's really cool. So if anyone wants to, you know, knock out some push-ups with me, you're more than welcome to. Obviously it's invitational, meaning you can decline. There is no, you know, obviously it's more of like a, hey, did you want to do some push-ups? And then in your brain you're like, push-ups, body does some exercise in the safety of your own space and environment. It's not like I'm calling you out to go to some party with some punch that could be roofied. No, you're in the safety of your own space. Sorry. Get those gains, pose getting gains, let's go. All right, thank you. You ran 10K. And now you're feeling super low energy. Okay. It's time to relax. It's time to relax. Ew, congratulations on running 10K. That's pretty impressive. I don't think I can run 10K. So I congratulate you on doing something pretty awesome. All right, we're doing push-ups though. So congrats, good job. You did some running today. Excellent. All right, now I will be doing, let's see, we're gonna do a 10. We're gonna do 10, and I'm gonna do my best, but cool, very awesome. I love to hear that folks are, you know, doing their best out there and everything. So awesome. Really cool, really inspiring actually. Okay, so here we go. I'm set up. Here we go. Okay, Poette ever stall is stalling once again. No surprise. Here we go. Okay. All right, so we are on the yoga mat. I'm gonna do some normal ones. I'm gonna try to not do assisted. Let's see how that goes. All right, here we go. All right, 1. We're doing military, meaning we're really trying to focus on the triceps. Oh gosh, 2, 3, 4. Okay, that is 5, 6, 7. Okay, 8. I am engaging my entire body for this. 9. One more. All right, and 10. Oh. Okay, first set has been completed. All right, not fun, but very necessary because we are gaining muscle, so that is important. Let me catch my breath from that. If some of you guys don't know, I do have an So here's the weird thing. It's really weird. Thank you so much, Lettuce Gremlin, for the positive. Thank you. The cheers are very, very appreciated. So that I don't feel silly. But yeah, something kind of weird is I think I have a condition. I'm in a weird situation. So like I'm not, there's no diagnosis because no one really knows what it is. I've mentioned it and there's a lot of like, it happens, it stops, then it happens again. So there's a lot of, it's like intermittent, right? Like it starts and stops randomly depending on like various factors. So it's not very consistent, right? Like they can't just say, you have cancer, you know, and then I don't have cancer. That's just an example. Because like cancer is really easy. It's really easy to spot, right? You can see it, you can catch it early, and then you can see it because there's like a metric for it. But for my weird situation, there's no metric for it. The previous time with my health, it was a vitamin deficiency. So obviously that's very, very metric based, meaning you can see this number is low. You need number normal. So that's very easy to tell. This current one is like not like that. So I need to figure out what's going on. I have some suspicions just listening to my body and kind of like tracking things. It's like a shift. So before, I've noticed that maybe someone out there has some experience, I don't know. Before, when I feel stressed or anxious, I would feel it kind of like in my head. Not a headache, it's just there's like tension. And I also feel it in my chest, like in the center of my chest, or like my muscles get really tense. And more recently, it was in my neck. So any kind of like stress would manifest itself in muscle tension. And I've never had this before. I've heard about it growing up for many, many years. People say, oh, I'm stressed. Oh, there's a lot of tension in, from working. I'm like, oh, that makes sense because you've been standing all day, working all day. Yeah, that, your muscle's gonna get tense. So you need to relax and like do exercises to like, relax the muscles. A hot shower, a massage gun, a massage, things like that to like, relax the muscle and whatnot, and deep breathing, stuff like that, right? Oxygen. So, but for me, these new like symptoms are kind of like, I can't pinpoint it, like what's the cause? I think it's stress and anxiety related, but what's weird is that it's shifting. And I think it had something to do with my last chiropractic appointment, where like a lot was released and then my body is like scrambling to figure out, okay, well, we used to store all of this stress and trauma and blah 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 here in your body, but now that it's been released and cracked open, like we're not gonna put it back there again. So now it's like all this like weird like stuff is just like doesn't know where to be in my body, and I need to like release it, right? It's like more and more. So I think that's like a weird explanation, but that's kind of like what I think is going on. And so now it's like happening. So now I'm like getting the stress in like different parts of my body. So if you imagine it, like you used to hold things in your backpack, but then someone like emptied out your backpack and got rid of your backpack. So now you have all of your supplies just out here, and you need to put it somewhere because you don't have your backpack. So where do you put it? You're gonna put it in other places. That's my theory. That's my theory. So unless I like get rid of the stuff, like I don't need it anymore, or I like minimize, or I like find a useful space for it in my mind and my body, or just resolve it, then it's the stress and the anxiety or whatever that I've been holding is going to continue manifesting in like in my muscle, in like, I don't know, symptoms of nausea, things like that. So something I'm working on. Again, I don't have a name for this. I don't know what. I mean, it's just stress and anxiety at this point, right? So what I've been doing to remedy this is I've been yesterday, I believe it was yesterday, I haven't done this in a long time, but I actually meditated. Yeah, I haven't meditated in like many, many years, and I finally just sat down and meditated for like 30 minutes, believe it or not. I meditated for 30 minutes. I did like a lot of breathing, a lot of breath work. So like there's this one where you like breathe in through one nostril. So what you do is you like close one nostril, breathe in one nostril, and then you like switch and you like close the other nostril that you breathed in through, and then you like exhale through your other nostril. And then there's another where you like inhale, you pause, you hold it for like 5 seconds, and then you like exhale to just kind of like tell your nervous system, you know, like calm, you know, kind of that kind of thing. Do I go to therapy? I have some complications with that. I do need to. I acknowledge therapy as a resource. I am working on that. Right now it's a little complicated. So which is really sad, which is really bad. And I'm aware of it. Like, I know I talked about it in a previous stream where like I would like to get therapy. Like this is where my advice I need to take. I'm going to take my own advice. There's a lot of like logistics, China, that is kind of limiting me from that. Okay, your messages aren't going through. Weird. Okay. Wi-Fi must be terrible because half the messages aren't going through. Oh, okay. That's so weird. I don't know why that's happening. That's unfortunate. I wonder. I hope it's not anything like... I hope it's not anything related to like, oh, I said something I should not have said, and therefore the feds are on to me. I don't know. I'm not sure. Okay. No, it's all good, Trina. I totally get it. It's not easy. It's not just say, oh, go to therapy. Like, I don't want to be that person, but it's like, it's really difficult. Oh, was there a YouTube blackout? Okay. I did not know about that. Oof. Okay. Maybe there's something going on with that and the servers are like not back up to speed. But good to know. But yeah, so that's why I really like to promote mental health, right? Like I think there was this term that I recently learned. It's called remission. And remission can be used in a lot of different settings related to like substance abuse, even like cancer patients or other you know, situations related to your health and whatnot. But remission is like when you have a condition and like you resolve it pretty well, and then it like goes into remission. It either goes into like full remission, like it's like practically gone, or it's like partial remission where it could come back up again, meaning it's not fully resolved. So yeah. Oh, the YouTube engine went down. Bummer. Oh, okay. All right, so I guess we're having some like weird YouTube issues though. That's good to be aware of. Oh, that's a bummer that the messages aren't going through. I'm so sorry that I couldn't read them. Like, I feel kind of bad because I'm like, oh, I wanted to read them, but gosh darn it, the system said no. So, don't worry, I don't feel responsible. Obviously, it's not my fault that the messages don't go through. That has to do with YouTube, but it would have been really nice. Like, gosh darn it, it would have been nice to hear everyone's responses, but it is what it is, right? Yeah, like, okay, so we'll sit with that. Let's go ahead and do another set of push-ups. I'm gonna go ahead and update the first set, and then I'm gonna do that. Yeah, go ahead. If you can copy and paste the message, if you are able to like see your message and it just says it didn't send, go ahead and copy and paste it. I'm happy to like read, even if it's like, you know, the topic was like a few minutes ago, because like the whatever weird YouTube servers messaging system website thing is just being weird. Totally fine. Yeah, if anyone wants to copy and paste their messages, Lay, if you want to copy and paste it as well, totally fine. Go ahead and copy them and paste them. I'm gonna read them after my next set of push-ups so I can move things along for you guys as well. So let me do that. We're gonna bring out Gym Buddy Poe, who's gonna demonstrate perfect push-ups. All right, here we go. All right, 10 push-ups. Here we go. All right. 1, 2, 3. Oh, got really ambitious. 4, 5, 6, got this. On 6, 7, 8, 9, one more 10, yay! We did it. Good job, good job, good job. That really spikes up my heart rate, and oh my god. Okay, there's so many things going on. Okay, let me just catch my breath. Okay. All right, let's see. It was mainly just a few reactions to what you were talking about earlier, so no big deal. Nice job. Thank you. Okay. Sounds good. Thank you. Good job, guys. Scholars, we did it. To the women, men, non-binary, trans folks who are tuning in. It's awesome that we're able to make time to chat and also work out. Again, everything, this is an invite. If you wish to join and participate, feel free to at your own pace. Another thing that I just noticed, I don't want to like bring up my social media, but I did post it on my social media, which I am also fighting against because I really don't want to use my social media, but so I have an ant problem. What I mean by that is because when the weather gets really cold or wet, you know, and then the ants and bugs are looking for a home, right? They're looking for shelter and resources, just like any creature that exists. So they have made their way into my space, my library, whatever you want to call this space, my gym, haha. And now, they're on my slippers. Poe wears slippers, confirmed. They are climbing on my slippers, and I will have to deal with that later. But I wanted you to know that I know that the ants are on my slippers. Okay, yeah, no, there's a bunch of them. There's like there's a little more than a dozen. There's 2. Yeah. I'm debating whether I should like take a photo of this, cause like, and show y'all my slippers. And they're like right next to my the yoga mat that I'm like, you know, god dang it. Anyways, let me just catch up with chat really quick. Side note, love the channel concept of combining academics and exercise. Yay! That's awesome. That I found my people. I found the right people. Thank you, Trina. I'm really glad that you like this concept, and it's good. Yeah, it's not super like. It's not like idol culture or like super entertainment, right? It's like health, wellness, holistic health, community-centered authenticity, as opposed to like, I don't know, parasocial or something. I mean, it's always there's always gonna be some form of parasocialism, of course, but like at least it's not like crazy parasocial or like anything too weird. Like, I don't know. Anyways, I guess you get it. Like some of you guys get it. If you get it, you get it, right? Like I shouldn't have to explain myself. If you get it, you get it. So cool. Pest problems are worse. Yeah, for sure. Can't handle bugs. They are not the most, I mean, some people like bugs, so I'm not gonna like, you know, I don't hate bugs, but they are an inconvenience for sure. Yeah. They can be a little bit obtrusive. Yeah, that's an interesting word for them. For me, I don't know if I want to like kill them. Like I don't know how to like, because I don't want to like use like a harmful chemical for them. This is like my own weird thing. What I've been doing, which is really interesting, I went to the store and I bought like some product, right? Like something. And then they gave me a free sample. And what it was like a piece of wood, like literally like a piece of wood. And it's called Palo Santo wood or some kind of wood, right? I used to buy like white sage, like sage, and you burn the sage and it makes your home smell kind of nice, and it's supposed to like, you know, clear out stuff. And I'm like, okay, cool, let's just give it a try. So I got that. And I also like incense. I like the smell of like sandalwood or something kind of earthy. It's kind of nice. So, you know, so I have a little bit of sandalwood incense. I have like a sage, and then I got this like little, this little piece of wood. And I didn't know this, but the little piece of wood that I got as a freebie from that store is actually a natural ant repellent. I was like, oh, okay. So what I did one time was like I burned the little piece of wood, and then like I kind of like fanned out the smoke to the bugs, and then the bugs just like the ants just naturally left. Like they're like, oh, this is like not what I want. So then they're just like not. They left, but they keep coming back looking for resources and shelter because they're, you know, they're animal, they're bugs, so they're oh, it's like mice with mint. Yeah, I also have used cinnamon. I've used cinnamon as well, and that helped deter a lot of bugs as well. So I was like, huh, I don't really need to go crazy, just have some cinnamon or this little piece of like wood and just kind of burn a little bit of it, and it's like, you know, I think certain incense can also deter bugs, especially ants, away as well. It's just not a nice sight. It's not a really nice sight to see that the dozens of ants are crawling on my slipper, but oh well. All right, so let's see. Lettuce Gremlin says that their house was infested with 100 tiny flies for more than a month. That's not helpful. That's not good. Lay suggests that you can sign out of all of your Google account devices and re-log in. It could help. Just going back. Poe posters now, or what the? Trina has Poette posters just littered around to remind them, you need to exercise. Don't forget to, I don't know, eat well and take care of yourself. Positive affirmation Poette posters just littered everywhere. That's so funny. I was never a poster person. I don't know if I should feel ashamed about that. I feel like I should be ashamed about that, but at the same time, like, I'm not, because I don't know, like, my walls are just bare. I don't know, I think I just like the minimalism. I don't know what's wrong with me. Interior design! Where's my interior design? Okay. Nice. Oh, that's really smart too. Actually, that actually makes me wonder if I should get like one of those Venus flytraps. I don't know if Venus flytraps eat ants, do they? I'm not an expert, and I'm also not sure if like a carnivorous plant would thrive in the environment that I'm in, because sometimes it gets really cold and sometimes it gets really damp, and other times it's like not, like, I don't know, it's weird. Yeah, that would be kind of like interesting to have like a little plant and then just, you know, pick up a little ant or a bug. And you know what's really funny, there was a spider in my house, in my space, and this, you know, in my domain. And I was gonna release it, like I put it in a jar and I was gonna release it, but then it like escaped, so I was like, okay, whatever. It would have been nice if I just unleashed that spider and just had the little spider or whatever spider eat the ants, but I guess not. Pitcher plants, they're a bit more hardy, you can just draw bugs in. Ayo, pitcher plants. I want to check out a pitcher plant. What is that? Oh, really? I did not know these were carnivorous plants. The heck? Oh, interesting. Ah, they look kind of interesting. You know what it reminds me of? A Pokemon. These pitcher plants, it reminds me of the one Pokemon that James has from Team Rocket. What was that? I forgot. Pokemon James. Oh, it's not Vileplume. Oh my gosh. It's like a plant. Now I really want to know because I should know this. He always had coughing. Oh, it's this one. What? Okay, which one's this one called? I want to find. Is it this one? Oh no, this one's a newer. Carnivine, not this one. Oh, Victory Bell. Victory Bell. It's Victory Bell. Okay, yeah, Victory Bell. Oh my gosh, yeah, it really reminds me of Victory Bell. Also, Smith, welcome in, Bubba Smith. Wait. Was it Bubba Smith that like was the person who had like who doesn't always wear, heroes don't always wear capes. Is this the Bubba Smith? Is this the one? Is this he who has taught me the ways of sit-ups? No, actually, I know that was kind of funny. Now I know how to do sit-ups. It was just this tiny little detail. I was like, what? When it gets cold in the fall, spiders come crawling inside. Yep. They're looking for food. They're looking for like shelter. They're looking for resources. Makes sense. Okay, so I have one more set of push-ups I need to do, and then I'm gonna do my push-ups, and I will be happy, and you will be happy, and we will be happy because we have done the exercises that we say we're gonna do. So here we go, and then I'm gonna do the sit-ups the way that I learned previously. Not gonna lie though, because the ants are so close to my little yoga mat, I'm a little nervous. I don't know what I'm nervous about. I don't know if I'm nervous that they're gonna crawl on me, or if I'm nervous that like I'm gonna kill one by accident. Like, I don't know what I'm nervous about. I don't know. It's like, do you want to like work out next to a pit of snakes? Like, I mean, yeah, sure, they're in a pit and they're over there, but they're like also like right next to you. I don't know. I'm just gonna tough it out. Here we go. Okay, now there's one on the there is one on the mat. It is exploring. I might need to actually like get the little thing and make sure the ants don't. And oh, did you guys know that if you kill an ant, it releases a hormone, like a smell, like a pheromone, to alert the other ants to investigate. So if you kill one and the others find out, they will like swarm in to try to like figure out what took out its brethren. It's like that. So knowing that, I'm like, I don't know. I would either have to like nuke them all or leave them alone and hope they go away if I just deter them away with like cinnamon or something. I don't know. But yeah, that's what happens. When you kill one, they swarm you. Okay, here we go. I'm just gonna do, unless you wipe out the group, yeah, in which case you'd have to like nuke all of them and make sure they never come back. Is that a group forming? Hold on. Crazy insect with super call. Yeah, they are. Hold on. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. They're still on my slippers. I don't know why. There's like nothing on those slippers. I don't know if they've like identified the slippers as like a threat, and that's why they're like jumping on it, but I don't know what's going on there. I will deal with that later. Oh boy. Was not expecting ants to be showing up to the party. Okay, so let me do this again. Okay, push-ups, here we go. I'm just gonna do my push-ups and they're gonna leave me alone, and if they don't leave me alone, I don't know what's gonna happen, but here we go. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, oh my gosh, 8, 9, oh my god, okay, 10, here we go. Okay, that was 10. Surprisingly, not too bad. I think I did those pretty interesting. Oh, is there something in the sink? Oh yeah, sometimes if there's like food scraps. Oh, actually I should check the table because I left out I told you guys I made like a smoothie. Like a protein shake. Oh, the 10 push-ups, yeah, let's go. Awesome, we got someone. We got live type doing some push-ups, let's go. Awesome. Yeah, no, I don't know why those ones are pretty good. All of my push-ups so far, all of my push-ups so far have been the normal kind. I think I've gotten a lot better. It's weird because in the past few streams I've been doing the assisted because there was not enough like leg space, but I've like rolled it out so now there's more leg space, so that was pretty interesting. Those ones, the last set I did, were a little bit easier because I didn't do the military where you basically work the triceps. I did the normal one, so my elbows are just like flaring out and pointing outward. So that's like a little bit easier. Not easy, just easier in my opinion than military. I'm going to figure out if any of the bugs have just like kamikazed themselves in my protein shake, in which case I will have extra protein. So give me like a minute. I just want to double check really quick because I'm not sure. So hold the phone. We will be right back. Give me like 30 seconds. And then we're gonna move on to setups. Whoop-de-doo. Okay, so we're back, and those ants did not get to my protein shake. Thank goodness. The problem is, is that I have, I lit one of the little, what is it? The little piece of wood, and so hopefully that'll kind of like deter them a little bit more. Yeah. So I don't know. We'll see. Okay. So we're good. We're good. We are now going to move on to sit-ups. So let's go. 20 of them, in fact. And yeah, we addressed some pretty heavy and interesting topics earlier. Not sure how everyone feels about it, but you know, I covered it. We're trying to get Jim Buddy Poe situated so that they can do some pretty awesome sit-ups, and we will have that. Yeah, la-di-da-di-da. Are you guys excited to do some sit-ups? Make sure your windows are opened or you're breathing the carbon. All right, let me go open a window. All right, everyone just, oh yes, hydration is so important. That is actually so true. That is very, very true. Yeah, that's actually something I was worried about. I was like, I need ventilation. If I can smell it, obviously these little ants can probably smell the thing as well. It smells, again, earthy, smoky, because, you know, I'm just trying to find like natural detergents. If anything, I might have to just like sprinkle some like cinnamon on the ground and then see if they like get grossed out and like leave, and then like figure out something after streams. What do you guys usually do to get rid of like ants? In the past, this method has worked for me, and then they never come back until the weather gets really bad. But I don't know, they're quite persistent, are they not? Let me open a window in the meantime, and y'all can get ready for some more. So I've done 30 push-ups. I've done 3 sets of 10 reps. So y'all can catch up, maybe do some stretching, find some cardio. Let me open a window really quick. Give me like 5 minutes. Let go. Okay, we're back. A quick sound test. Have you guys been able to hear the music? So I opened a window, and then I also I have to keep lighting the little thing. Can you guys hear the music? Music okay? Were we able to... Got some music going? I'm pretty sure the music should be playing, but for whatever reason... Okay, cool. Yeah. Alright, cool. Just wanted to make sure that the music is going. And then, yeah, I'ma just... was not expecting some ants to join, but that's okay. We are going to keep going. And... Here we go. 20, I believe. Yep, we're gonna get 20. So here we go. Alright, excuse me, ants, but it's time for me to work out. Here we go. Up 1. Up 2. Up 3. Up 4. Going up 5. Going up 6. Up 7. Up 8. Going up 9. Going up 10. 11. 12. 13. 14. 15. 16. 17, 18, 19, oh my gosh, 20, oh my gosh, holy cow, oi, let's go. My goodness. I felt my abs towards the end. I don't know why. I don't know. I'm not sure what made it different. I did do the thing where I keep my hands like behind my head, and then I like, for some reason, that actually makes me like tighten my core more. What is up with that? Last time I did that, I was not expecting that. This time I was like more mentally prepared. But like that I don't know. I need to ask like a gym trainer what is up with that. Like why is that just like my imagination? Because I do know like slight adjustments can like work different muscle groups, obviously. That is not something I was expecting from something as simple as that. Because usually I just cross my hands, like, you know, make an X across my chest, and then my hands are like on my shoulder, and I come up, and like, no problem, right? It's just different. It's just so different. It's so much different. Okay. Well, again, we're gonna do the next sit-up. Oh my goodness. We're gonna get it done. Mark my words. We're gonna do the second set, and I don't know, I feel like I need a minute to like relax my abs, but at the same time I kind of want to keep, you know, using the muscles so that it's like it's being worked on. So I'm ready to jump right into the next set of sit-ups. So here we go, I guess. If you guys want to join, please do. If you want to do some more push-ups, or I don't know if you have any other equipment at home you want to get started, you know, feel free to. I'm gonna do my second set of sit-ups here. You just yeet. Here we go. All right, here we go. Oh my goodness. Oof. Okay. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, halfway there, 11, 12, oh, I need a breath, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, oh my gosh, 17, 18, coming up, 19, one more, 20, all right. Oh boy. Okay. We have completed 20. Ah. Oh my gosh. I'm also noticing I can't tell if it's adrenaline or anxiety, but whenever I see the ants to my side, like next to me, I get like this burst of like energy. Again, I think it's like adrenaline. I'm not sure what it is, but yikes, big yikes. These ants are not going away. Maybe I should throw out my compost ASAP. There's like a banana peel in the compost because I made a post-workout protein shake. So as you guys know, the past 2 streams I didn't have a protein shake. But today I was like, protein shake, yeah, I deserve it. I gotta lock in. I gotta get the muscle. I deserve it. So it's like chocolate, whey powder, protein, parts of a banana, a little bit of yogurt, a little bit of water. I think I have some oat milk. Yeah. Let me go ahead and type it in. It's like chocolate whey protein powder, and then banana for sweetness, and it also has like potassium. And then what else? It was, I used oat milk this time because I actually had oat milk. I used some like warm water to help dissolve it. And then I had some yogurt, your choice. And then what else was there? Oh, you know, I used this chocolate collagen powder. I'm just trying to like use it up. Chocolate collagen powder. I think that's all. And I misspelled way, my bad. Wow, the typing is atrocious. There's like no spaces. What the heck? That is sad. I will actually link it. I'll like post it on in the description of this video at the end. That's kind of weird. I don't know what's going on. I typed spaces and it didn't. The list is so weird. But yeah, so there's that. So I'm wondering if the banana is like attracting these ants. They're like, there's food, guys. There's food. Don't worry, there's food. I know it. I can smell it. I sense it. Yeah, for sure. And you can keep it super simple. Like you know, you don't have to make it anything fancy. Also, welcome back, Trina. It's good to see you back here tuning in. Yeah, I'm just slowly trying to knock out the rest of this workout while looking at these ants. But we'll get through. We'll get through. Trust. Okay, so one more set, my last set of setups. So let's get it. Pretty exciting, not gonna lie, because I actually feel a lot strong. I'm actually getting a workout from, like, I can feel my abs. I don't know why. In the past, I was like breezing through these sit-ups like super easy. I was even following the momentum. I was like following the momentum of the Gym Buddy Po. But then again, I don't think I was doing it as effectively. Oh, okay. Ant trap, got it. Got it. Okay. That's six-pack though is real. Ah, welcome back, Panda. Are you also having some issues with the messaging system? I don't know how to fix it on my end. As soon as I complained, the message started working. That's so funny. It's like YouTube knows when to like not work. I don't know. It's not that conspiratorial. I'm just being silly. That's so weird. Apparently there was a YouTube blackout. No idea what that's about. I have no idea what that's about. Like, what happened there? You had to sign out, then sign back in and fix itself. Okay, yeah, okay. That seems like to be the problem. Yo, what's good, Lone Wolf? Hey, hi, welcome in. It's a YouTube problem. Okay, got it. Poetato pigeon. Yes, the pigeon is working out. We are getting the gains. We're getting the gains. So I have one more set. Let's get it done, folks. I believe on the downbeat. I believe. All right. I'm gonna do the last set of sit-ups and I'm gonna feel my abs because I'm doing it in a really interesting way. That's like the normal way, but I don't know why it is causing so much muscle gainage. I don't know. Potato pigeon pushing P. Okay, I don't know what that means, but thank you. Let's get it. And if you guys want to join in and do some reps yourself, please do. If you don't want to, you know, go all out, feel free to stretch. I always welcome stretching. Like, you know, I've been getting back into my evening stretching routine and it's helped a lot. A lot. So, yeah. Let us go ahead and I'm gonna eat myself. Woo! Here we go. All right. Time to do. No way you'd forget. Cool. All right, let's go. Up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, almost there, 16, 17, oh my god, 18, 19, one more. All right, here we go, 20. Okay. All right. Woo. Okay. All right, let's do this. All right. Bumping up the audio. Okay, so let me lower this really quick, cause that was a workout, I believe. All right, so let's catch up. Let's catch everyone up to speed. Yeah, for sure. I recognize you, Lone Wolf. It's been a while. So for many of y'all who are tuning in, scholars, lurkers, and alike, I was part of a agency, I guess you could call it that, called Nexus, and I'm no longer part of it. I don't really want any affiliation with it anymore. Not a big deal. There's no bad blood. I just don't really want to. I just don't want to be a part of that that sphere of whatever as much as possible. I'm sure, like, it's fine. It's just for my own. It's just for my own preference. And so the group, the agency debuted its talents on a mobile streaming app before Irium. Irium is like a really popular mobile streaming app in Asia, particularly in Japan. And they were making their debut in North America, you know, in the Western market, European America. And so before that, though, there was like a little project, and you know, I was born from such endeavors, and it is what it is, right? Lots of it had its little hiccup, it had its little blip in the VTubing community. I've learned a lot, and I am still continuing to learn while still trying to maintain a sense of myself and autonomy. Yeah, no, it's fine, Lettuce. Like, it's totally, you're totally not missing out. I think you being here now in the present is perfectly fine. Like, I don't even really think about it that much, but it's kind of a weird situation, I suppose. But lots of good and bad things. But anyways, so what happened? What happened was, so the, you know, I was streaming on the app, and it was really good, and at some point I did some fun little exercises. I did some exercises on the mobile app, and it was really similar to kind of like what we're doing right now today and whatnot, but it was not as like interactive, like with a 3D model and all of these little assets, and so moving on to like a platform such as YouTube and Twitch has proven its challenges without the support. I feel like we were just kind of like left to our own devices afterwards. So but it did give us a bit of a boost, absolutely, for sure. I've met some pretty nice people, some pretty cool people. I've also seen some pretty interesting and disturbing things as well, but so yeah, pretty cool stuff. Let me think. So if anyone's like confused, like, oh, what is Lone Wolf talking about? What's AniLive? AniLive, I don't think is operating as it is. I think it's something else now. They've moved on to like a different project, and that's fine. That's, you know, you guys can keep up with that if that's something you want to be interested in, and it's totally cool. Yeah, pretty cool team of developers and folks trying to tap into the market and whatnot. So that's that. There's nothing to really hide from that, I guess. It just is what it is. But yeah, so the last set of Situps, pretty cool. Yeah, it's really good to see you again, Lone Wolf. Haven't seen you in a very long time, but you know, it's always nice to hear from familiar faces and folks who, you know, are out there and lurking and listening. It's pretty cool. Let's see, what do we gotta do? So we're gonna do planks. I actually have to update it. I'm gonna try to do a minute of planks. Like, we're gonna see how that goes. Oh, okay. All right, Lettuce Gremlin, thanks so much for tuning in. Happy reading. Didn't get to talk about books today, but that's all right. Yeah, definitely we'll have a great workout. I was able to knock out a lot of it, so hopefully we'll be able to finish up in just a moment. Yeah, and then we're gonna cool down with some cycling. Again, anyone wants to join in, you're more than welcome to. If you have any means of doing sit-ups, push-ups, if you have like those pull-up bars, or if you have, I don't know if you want to do some squats, jumping jacks, or just stretch. Honestly, I've noticed that there's a lot of benefit from stretching, especially since I have like a cramp in my left leg a lot. Like it's like flaring up. Also part of like the health condition that I was like mentioning earlier, but we are going to we're gonna keep on keeping on. So yeah, planks. We are gonna try to do 1 minute. Let me bring up the timer. We're gonna try this. We are going to make sure that I hold the plank for 60 seconds. Yeah, how have you been, Lone Wolf? How are things going with you? How's life? How are we doing? If you don't mind, I'm gonna patiently wait for your response while holding a plank for a minute. So yeah, feel free to check in. Hope things have been going well for you. It's a bit of a roller coaster for me. Lots of things going on, good and bad. Towards the end, I'll probably talk about tomorrow's stream a little bit more. Oh darn, I wish I could have let us Gremlin know, but I think they hopped off. That's okay. That is okay. Anyone can always watch the VOD, and we'll see how that goes. So let me see. We're gonna do some planks. 60 seconds, a whole minute, a whole gosh darn minute. So let me make sure that Gym Buddy Poe can guide us to victory. Let's see if Gym Buddy Poe is going to. Haha! Gym Buddy Poe! Let's go! Along tomorrow? Okay. Trina, yeah, if you want to watch the VOD of any of the workout streams, there's a lot of like filler and talking and conversation that I have in between each set, which I think it makes it a little bit more bearable, but I feel like I should like record a set, like a whole entire routine where you don't have to like hear me rambling about something unless it like, you know, it stimulates your neurons, your brain, in which case cool. But yeah, it's actually supposed to be super beginner friendly. It's supposed to be something that's like not intimidating, and then like it's just something to get you started. And if it's like, oh hey, you could do more, then for sure. I really like the warm up and cool down bit. Some people don't really care about the cool down or warm up bit because they don't really care. I personally like it because it prepares you mentally, and lets you know that like, hey, I'm gearing up for something. And plus I like cardio. I really like cardio. So cycling on a stationary bike, if you have like a treadmill at home or something, or if you want to like go out for a jog around the park or around the block, also really good ways to get some cardio in for yourself. Yeah, for sure. And then tomorrow's gonna be, I'm gonna attempt to kind of like share some of the classics of I'm not an expert in Black History Month, obviously, but a lot of things that I've learned, and I want to curate a lot of information. Yeah, content curation, and then hopefully that'll go well. A lot of things didn't go as planned, but it's okay. We will do our best to honor the month. yeah, so let us go ahead and do some planks. All right, I'm a little nervous, not gonna lie, but have no fear. Planking is here. Plank. Poette Plank is here. Okay, here we go. All right, here we go. I'm so nervous. I set my little clock, my little timer. I really should set it to like 1 minute and 5 seconds. Like, I really should give myself like 5 seconds just to like get to like where I need to be. Let me actually fix that, because that is no bueno. You know what I mean? That's no bueno. I'm gonna give myself like 5 seconds. Okay, not 30 seconds. 30 seconds overkill. Let me... 3 seconds? I guess I could give myself 3 seconds. Alright, let me do... Alright, 4 seconds. Alright, what? Okay. I just want to give myself 5 seconds. Give me 5 seconds to get into the thing I need to do. This has been a whack... Why? Wait, what? Talk to me. What are we experiencing? There's a lot going on. No doubt. Like, I'm not denying that it has been a wild ride. I am still riding the roller coaster of this timeline. Yeah. Go ahead and tell me. I am gonna do the plank, but after my plank, we're gonna process this together. Okay, so let me just set up. We're gonna do the plank really quick. 5 seconds. Let me... What? Alright, 1 minute. Here we go, and we're up. Alright, so I'm doing a plank. Alright, relaxing my shoulders, lowering tailbone, kind of looking somewhat straight ahead, holding, engaging my core, remembering to breathe. I'm holding the position, and we are about 30 seconds left on the clock. Here we go. All right, engaging the core, thinking about all the things and nothing at all. Yep, that is a rough one. About 10 seconds left. 10 seconds, almost there. All right. Oh my goodness, we did it. Good job. Woo. Right. So that was 1 minute of a plank. Okay, cool. Not gonna lie, I didn't really feel too much of an engagement, but yeah, that was really good. Yeah, not bad. I held the plank in the kind of like when you're ready to do a push-up, which I think I do better when I'm actually doing the plank where it's like my forearm is on the mat instead. I think there's more engagement of my core, which is kind of what I was hoping for. Whereas when I hold the plank in a push-up position, I feel it more in like my shoulder and my back, upper back, and kind of like in my calves, which is not bad either, if that's, if there's a preference. Okay, yeah. So tell me about what you mean about this Black History Month has been a whack. What? Has it been a whack? No, I've been seeing a lot of good things about. I've been seeing a lot of really informative content. Lots of really good content out there from pretty cool people. Super smart, super educated, just different perspectives. I think it just depends on like how you want to approach the perspective and the history and the knowledge that exists and the truth that exists. It's not easy. Like, let's be for real. It's so not easy. It took a lot of like processing to like get to a point of like, okay, like this is not something that I can control. This is not a narrative for me to control. So that's where the whole content curation comes in, where I'm hoping that the dissemination, the sharing of such information is gonna help. I don't even know if it'll actually help. It's very possible that it could anger, trigger, upset, frustrate, all these negative things, but like at the same time, it takes a certain level of like processing to get to a certain point of understanding and acknowledging, like, okay, this is bad. We can't do this anymore. How do we change? How do we move forward? How do we support better, like, systems that don't hide dirty secrets and skeletons in the closet and brush things under the rug? And but yeah, that takes a certain level of, I believe, intellect and maturity, like emotional maturity for sure, right? Because you can be like super smart, but then if you don't have like the emotional balance or maturity, then, you know, that's also a problem, because then like gets kind of in this weird dichotomy. We're in some weird dichotomies, but yeah. Yeah, I'm not sure what you mean by wacky. I'm not sure. You'd have to elaborate. I think it's really important more than anything. And I mentioned it earlier, where I've always kind of taken I've always had to take a very like a passive approach to things, because it keeps me safe, obviously, for all the right reasons. But I think after a certain while, you know, you want to kind of be more proactive and do the research, do the work to unlearn the bias and conditioning, and see the structure and foundation for what it is, and that, yeah. Okay, no worries, you had to re-log in. Yeah, there's been some issues with YouTube. With as bad as things are, the main pro is that more content creators and people are trying to be, yeah, and they're doing it in a very, like, well, I don't know all of them, but the ones that I've found have been very resourceful, informative. I've learned a lot. Emboldened. Oh, sure, I can see that perspective. Absolutely. Yes. Yeah, for better or for worse, for sure. Yeah, I can see that. I mean, some of it's pretty warranted, some of it's not. I guess we're being very vague. We're being very vague. I'm not. I don't know if I'm mentally prepared for this. I'm not sure if I'm mentally prepared for this, especially with ants everywhere. But nah, you're not wrong. Like that's a general statement, but I can see it being true in multiple senses. Like people who are against like certain rights are being more emboldened based on the fact that they feel that they will be protected by the system that is actually crumbling. So they're just coming out of the woodworks, you know, like it's always existed, right? Like and then there's others who are also like doing their part and trying to empower others to take care of themselves and not get burnt out by the literal psychological warfare that's happening with everything. And like it's like how to balance being informed in strides while being able to take care of yourself. Yeah, no, it's fine. The cynicism and the bitterness is like makes sense because it's so horrific. Yeah, I don't think there's ever gonna be an, like, there's always, so one system is attempting to end, but the problem is there's nothing that's like filling in its place. It's just kind of people are scrambling about trying to organize some sort of, whereas like when we see like I don't know, like revolutions or whatnot, like what was it Nepal or something, where yeah, things were just happened and got those people out, put the people that are gonna help the people in, and blah 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 blah, all that. I'm not really trying to make any predictions or say anything. It's just more like, hey, this is information. I am probably not doing a good job with the escapist culture that exists within this particular entertainment, what do I want to call this, entertainment industry, like VTubing. There are a few VTubers that I know that do talk about these, and they do it really well, and they're known for it, and I'm still trying to figure out, like, I'm not trying to be like an argumentation and debate platform. It's more of like awareness building. How do we process this information in our body and in our mind in a healthy way, which is part of mental health. So for example, there was a comment that said you can't regulate yourself, like you can't breathe or like exercise your, like, you know, your way out of, like, what is it, fascism or whatever. So I was like, oh, actually, yeah, that you can't really do that, but at the same time there are ways to take care of yourself so that you just don't explode from the sheer terror and horror that's been uprooted and flung into everyone's faces. So yeah, la 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 la. We have two more sets of planks to do. So let us go ahead and do that. All right, Jimbuddy Pow. Here we go. Okay, so we're gonna do the thing that we do. And yeah, okay, so let me do something real quick. Hopefully this will, all right, we're gonna do some planks, cause yeah, planks. Here we go, 1 minute. Here we go. 5 seconds to get ready. Here we go. We're gonna do the plank. And we're in the plank. All right. Engaging the core. Remembering to breathe. Lowering that tailbone. All right, here we go. Engage the core. Remember to breathe. Yep. Almost there. About 10 seconds left. Stay strong. All right. Okay. Good job. Good job, good job, good job. Oh my goodness. That was 60 seconds of a plank. That one was actually a bit harder, again, because of the changes in the position, in the pose, right? Like I didn't, yeah, so good job. Yeah, for anyone who's doing planks, doing any stretching, doing any sit-ups or push-ups, you know, if you're doing some cardio while tuning in, that's cool. If not, that's cool too. You know, we're just knocking out the redeems. It's all that matters, is that the redeems get redeemed and that we are getting fit, getting healthy, and yeah. Yeah, so this time I didn't do the push-up. I did what I usually do, which is I'm on the forearm, and it makes me like engage the core more. So you have to be more like aware of your body position, like keep the tailbone low but not dipping. You want to relax your shoulders, keep your neck straight, kind of eyes slightly ahead, forward, you know, focuses on the core. I feel it in my shoulders a little bit. And of course, breathing, because you don't want to, I don't want to hold my breath for a full minute. All right, so good stuff, good stuff. Yeah. We'll do another set, and then we'll cool down with a 15-minute cycling, and then we'll just kind of stretch out, make sure our muscles, nothing got too cramped or anything. Yeah, I've started doing my evening routine where I stretch again, because I've been getting some like muscle cramps and a little bit of rigidity, and you know, like I mentioned earlier, holding tension, you know, the stress and everything is like transferring itself into different parts of the body as your nervous system is trying to make sense of everything. So yeah, all very important, all very, you know, good things to know. And I might start meditating more. I'm not sure yet. Meditation is, it can be very difficult to do. For myself, I have my own practice. For others who are just starting out, don't know where to begin, it can be really hard. Like, you know, guided meditation is nice. The only problem is that if you're guided through a meditation, it's really important that the person who's like guiding you through the meditation is like, I don't know how to say it, like the right person. Okay, so there's like this is like a whole study. This, I don't know if anyone believes it. It really depends how you want to go about it. Some people don't care, like as long as the person is like sounds relaxing, it doesn't matter. In which case, cool, right? But so if you guys know anything about Reiki, it's like energy healing, and I thought about it for a while. I wanted to get into Reiki, but I didn't, because there's actually a lot going on there in terms of like theory and like what's actually going on, and is that really happening or not, because there's not enough science for it, and the science for Reiki is really not supported. So I was like, maybe not. But basically it's like on an energetic level, the theory, the idea, right? I'm just a messenger, so calm down. I'm just the messenger. The idea is that if a person does energy work with you or guided meditation, you want that person's like energy or consciousness or like intentions to be very pure and clean and not subliminal. I can make some funny jokes about it, but it can also be very problematic. There shouldn't be some weird subliminal things going on. And so yeah, that kind of like deters me away, because it's not that like I have bad intentions, but it's like I'm not confident that in my current state of health, in my current state of mind, in my current state of like self-confidence in myself, that I would be able to like do my best to like lift someone's like consciousness up. But that's because I'm a perfectionist. Honestly, what, like, you know, at the bottom line, as long as you like can provide or create like a very relaxing space for a person to just like tune into them, to their thoughts and their body, right? And that should be fine. Like that by itself is enough. But for whatever reason, I'm not confident in like what I could say to like guide someone through a meditation. Maybe I'm overthinking it. It's honestly not that difficult. But it does take a bit of training, and it is energy work. Because like what's stopping anyone from being like a meditation teacher, right? Like you just have to have a soothing voice and just say some nice things and boom, meditation teacher. But I think as you get like more advanced and more sensitive and attuned to energy and like people and intentions and what's at work, it's like very, very, very apparent. But it's very subtle. and there's no hard science. So it's not like I can say, you know, that guru over there, I meditated with them for like 3 years and I noticed something was off about them, but you could never pinpoint what. Or maybe there's like some things you could pinpoint, but there's no like hard like science. Whereas like, say for example, there was like a person you meditated with and they were like trafficking people, there's evidence right there. Or they were like gambling, and the money that was donated to them is like clearly, like you can see the paper trail of that being misused, mishandled. So that's like more concrete, right? But like to say like energetically someone's like a little off, it's really hard to say that. That's why I always joke about, like joke, but there's like some truth to it. I always talk about the vibes, right? This is a bit of a tangent and I'm aware of it, but like recently, there was like this, again, a content creator, and she's super cool. I hope I get to share some of her content with you guys. She talked about grooming, and not like combing your hair, hygiene, and oh, self-care is great. No, like she's like sharing like as a survivor, she talks about it for awareness building. Like she's an educator to prevent people from being like abused. And I was like, oh my god. And I was like, okay, that is really important actually, because not enough conversation is about this, especially in certain cultures and countries. It's very taboo to talk about these topics, right? It's like bad, like don't talk about that, especially since it's related to like family members or like friend groups, right? There's a lot of like social social things that are related to it that make it more complicated, right? Like you don't want to say that your uncle or aunt was you know doing bad things to you. How dare that somebody's relative, you know? But see, that kind of masks the truth, and then lots of problems happen. So yeah, that was really interesting. So energy and like picking up on that kind of stuff and learning about it. I have no idea how I just connected or attempted to connect energy, Reiki, meditation with like grooming, subliminal messaging. I don't know how I did it, but I went there and I attempted to do that. So I'm gonna just do my last planks, y'all. I think I've yapped my last yap. I'm probably gonna get canceled one of these days. Poette is too woke. We can't do this. We can't have woke people. We can't have woke potatoes spewing French fries everywhere. It's just we can't have that. But anyways, here we go. We're gonna do one more set of planks. But for anyone who can humor me or follow my train of thought, or at least entertain it or consider it as an actual piece in my very scatterbrained like thought process, that would be very interesting. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and do my last set of planks before we move on to cooling down and reflecting, and possibly I will have to continue working. I'm really excited for tomorrow. I really do hope it goes well. It's been a bit of a source of concern for me. I'm gonna try to do my best. But here we go. 1 minute. I got 5 seconds to get ready. So let me I'm gonna change the music just because we want something upbeat for our workout. We want to be motivated to hold on just a little bit longer to engage our core muscles for this isometric exercise. So here we go. Maybe. Possibly. Tech difficulties. Here we go. Alright, I think we're good. Alright, get ready. 5 seconds to get ready. And we are going. Alright, in the plank position. We're gonna be strong. We're gonna hold our core. Lower that tailbone as needed. Breathe. Relax the shoulders. Relax your neck. Look straight ahead. And we're holding. Remember to breathe. You got this. Here we go. About 20 seconds. Keep going. Adjust as needed. Almost there. All right, good job, good job. All right, good job. That was excellent. So good. We held a plank. Very, very good. The music matched up pretty well, so that was cool. Wasn't expecting that. Cool. Awesome. Awesome. Very nice. Good job for anyone who did a plank for a minute. If not, that's okay too. I don't blame you. I wouldn't want to subject anyone to this torture. But at the same time, the gym. Oh gosh. That's really funny. Gym memberships and all of that. I've just been watching way too many like perspectives on like society and like institutions. I'm like, oh, but it makes sense. Oh. Okay, so where are we? Okay, cycling for 15 minutes. I don't know what I'm going to talk about for the next 15 minutes. I really don't. I don't know what I'm going to be doing. Honestly, I feel like I've yapped my last yap. YouTube is having some weird technical difficulties. I acknowledge that. And so I'm just gonna try to deal with it as best as I can. But yeah, what was it? The check-in question today was, the question was, what's motivating you to achieve your goals? So King earlier, a scholar from our community, mentioned like, oh well, you know, it's important to identify what your goal is. And so I think being able to identify your goal is like the first step out of many steps. And I'm talking to you guys as I'm rolling up my yoga mat and getting ready to cycle for the next 15 minutes. And I think, yeah, identifying the goal, or goals, plural, is also very important. Obviously, I have many goals. And again, I don't know, I feel like I say this a lot, but I don't know if like everyone's on the same page. Next month for me is gonna be pretty hectic. In some ways, and in other ways not hectic. But I am like preparing. And I will talk about this more in the future, just like I mentioned earlier, like not right now. I can't talk about it, which kind of sucks. I do want to offer like transparency and to kind of like demystify idol culture. I guess I was really encouraged by I forgot who said it earlier, but they said they like this concept of like education and like exercise and well-being and health, and yeah, I like it too. So yes, maybe that's why I gravitate towards it. And it should be done correctly. Like I think there's a level of like moral, I don't know, like standard. I feel like there could be a standard, but again, that's just my perfectionism speaking. Okay, so the yoga mat has been put away, and continuing that on that train of thought, it's like I think the right people will find the right people. Like the right people will gravitate towards, you know, like the things that are right for them, and that's totally okay. Like I don't think I'm out to like upset or offend anybody intentionally. Obviously, if I make a mistake, I should amend it or correct it and move forward with that new knowledge. But like, yeah. So like if I make a mistake, obviously, yeah, need to do that. If I just want to do things in a certain particular way and it aligns with other people, and then cool, right? Cool. But that's just kind of where my mind is All right, so with that rambling stream of consciousness poll happening, we are going to do the cardio. Why? Because it's good for our cardiovascular health. Gosh darn it. Yeah, and as I mentioned earlier, the redeems. I'm actually pretty close to completing them, which is pretty cool. I was not expecting that. Oh, but that's okay. I'm dangerously close to the finish line. So I'll have to plan like what's to be after. And it all depends. I'm not sure about a lot of things right now. I did mention it to the community very briefly, like things happening in May. I just need to survive March and April first. So let's just take it one day at a time. But I have put it out there. And I will bring it up again and again as needed. So, let us get set up for cardio. Trying to think. All right, so got some music going, hopefully. Yeah. All right, so we are gonna do the thing that we do, which is keep going. Yeah. Oof. Oof. All right. Here we go. I gotta start the timer. What am I doing? We got the timer and we're gonna get started. Yeah, let's go. Yeah, so it's kind of a bummer. I think YouTube chat is like kind of bugged. Apparently, if you like re-log in, like you log out and re-log in, it should fix it. But if it doesn't, I don't know. It is what it is. That's just YouTube. So we're just gonna do some cardio. Once again, I invite anyone who wishes to participate in their own self-development, their own cultivation of physical fitness. And if you wish to stretch, please do. Go ahead and roll your shoulders back, you know, make a few circles forward and backward, alternate. Gently check in with yourself, you know, stretch your fingers. You know, I learned something, actually, that if you stretch your fingers, like at the base of your fingers where it connects to your palm, it's related to the strain in your neck. I did not know that. Yeah, the scuff is not something I can outrun. That is never gonna happen. I don't think it's possible. There's actually a lot more scuff than you think, actually. I'm slowly working on it. You know, it took me like, I think it took me like 4 weeks. I think it took me like 4 or 5 weeks, if not more, to try to like, oh my God, what just happened? Wait, huh? Something just happened. My screen just lit up. What the? I don't know what's going on, but Jenna, thank you for the follow. Like, okay, so the scuff is so real because one, I don't know why my alerts are not working. I'm still trying to troubleshoot. Why my alerts are not working. Secondly, the soundboard is not soundboarding. So that's 2. 3. There's some other little tiny little things to fix here and there. But it's like, you know, I can still scrape by. I can still stream without it. It's just not as like nice or smooth. Yeah. It's oh my God, it is what it is. Oh yeah, and like I don't get notified of a raid, which is really weird. I don't know what's going on there. So that's like at least 3 or 4 things that is just like scuff. that I need to like figure out. And it just, I'll eventually get to it, like how I troubleshooted the Twitch. So right now Twitch works. I can dual stream on Twitch, so that's not a problem. That took, again, a few weeks. These other things, I'm not sure. I just need to sit down and figure it out. But I'm just taking it one day at a time and just trying to keep myself balanced. But it is a lot of bandwidth, like it's taking up a lot of space in my mind knowing that I need to do these things. And I keep getting either distracted or pulled away, or like I'm tired, like I'm sleepy or I'm hungry, so I have to like, you know, do my own thing. Oh, and like the natural disaster, like the ants, dude. Now we have ants, an ant infestation. Like I need to resolve that. Like now there's like a horde. There's like a horde of ants. This has gotta be at least 50 ants right here. There has to be like this little bit. There's gotta be at least 50 of them. Like just hanging out here. That's so not okay. Yeah, so the invasion, for real though, it really is. So it's like these little things, you know, little complications, and like I said, I am anticipating like a big deal happening starting in March. Like I'm giving it another week, but like I'm pretty sure. Like I'm listening to my intuition. It's like I'm pretty sure. I am pretty sure that I'm gonna have a headache. I actually don't get headaches. The few times I actually get a headache is when I have a cold, like when I'm really sick. So I actually don't get headaches, so cool. So that's pretty good. So yeah, I'm also gonna need to figure out like what is like happening physiologically, because I can't just be like getting sick like randomly. There's got to be like a cause, you know what I mean? It just doesn't make sense. So yeah, doing a lot of like nervous system care, learning about, I need to learn more about the vagus nerve, because that's like the main nerve, the biggest nerve, the longest nerve, I believe, in the entire nervous system. It's responsible for everything. The vagus nerve, I believe, is like responsible for everything. Like everything goes through the vagus nerve, like everything does. So that's probably going to be really important to figure out if that's something, like what's going on. Yeah, it's a lot. It's pretty it's not fun. It's not very, but it's like it needs to be addressed, and rather than avoiding it and escaping and like thinking like, oh, I don't need to address it right now, I'd rather address it sooner rather than later. For me, that's my own personal preference. Like if someone has like lower back pain in their like 20s and they're like, oh, I don't need to address it, and so they're like 40 years old, and they're 40 years old dealing with like the same back pain or whatever pain or condition they have, and they just like, they never address it because they're like, oh, well, I've lived with it. This is like normal for me. And it's like, okay, you know, you can't really do much for this person, right? Because they don't really want to seek a solution, in which case it's like, okay, for me, I don't want to do that. So that's why it's kind of like taking up a lot of my bandwidth and energy and time, and it's a lot. I don't know, does anyone out there who's like lurking, listening, have any similar experiences, or am I just kind of like, nah, this is just kind of you right now, Poe? And I know I'm not the only one. Like maybe like in the universe, like on this planet, I'm not the only one experiencing this kind of thing. But it's just like, within my vicinity, is there like anyone who's like possibly dealing with like some sort of like condition or situation that they've either put off or they're trying to address. It could be anything like, oh, I've been dealing with like my depression. Oh, I've been dealing with my own anxiety. Oh, I've been dealing with like financial troubles. Oh, I also deal with like self-esteem issues, or I don't know. I mean, you don't even have to like share it with me. It's just something to like think about, to like ask yourself introspectively, as opposed to like having it be like known in the world on the internet, right? These are like great journal prompts for self-reflection, things to like really figure out for yourself. Like you don't have to tell me. It's just more of like a prompt. Also, welcome in, Cappy. We are doing our cardio right now as I ramble. And yeah, welcome in. Good to see you. How's the weather over there, Cappy? I heard you guys are not doing so great. Also, don't dox yourself, but you're getting swole. Oh yeah, we're getting swole for sure. You don't need to dox yourself, but I hope the weather's okay. I hope I didn't accidentally summon a hurricane for you, or any weird tornado, typhoon, whatever natural disaster. If we need to blame somebody, we're gonna blame the astrology of this year. We are so cooked in the year of the fire horse. But yeah, happy Lunar New Year's anyways. It's kind of gonna be an intense year all around. And in like my chart, I have a lot of fire, like my element is fire. And then this year is fire. So it's like I need to keep things under control because it's gonna be really intense. Did you summon a tornado towards me? Nah, it's supposed to be a typhoon. Did you get something different? Did you accidentally get like a thunderstorm or like a snowstorm or blizzard? No, I'm just kidding. Obviously that's terrible. I wouldn't want to summon any kind of natural disaster. But I'm glad you're doing okay. Yeah, it's gonna be an interesting year for sure. It's gonna be an interesting year. Woo! Yeah. She told you that you were on a tornado watch a few hours after you told you on Twitter to not send it. Oh yeah. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, there's a lot of like different natural occurrences happening, right? Oh yeah, dude. This brings up a whole nother topic. Water, because it's like an element. Oh my god. Okay, so there was like a content creator, and she was talking about this other dude. Oh shoot, I forgot his name. I watched his like video on like how water consumption is being used or like measured to talk about the consumption of like water, fresh water usage for technology. Specifically, like obviously the hot topic is AI, right? So he was laying it all out, and he's like, oh, if you want to make the number look small, you only calculate this. If you want to make it look bigger, you know, you would calculate all this. Also, Ben and what's it, Zamoru, did I pronounce that correctly? Welcome both of you. If you're tuning in, lurking, thank you so much for the follow. I greatly appreciate it. I really do wish that my alerts were working, because I set up some really cute alerts. I just don't know why they're not popping up. I'm trying to troubleshoot it. It'll take me like like a whole year to figure this out, because it took me like so long to figure out Twitch, but I will figure that out. Thank you so much, Ben and Zamaru, for the follow though. I do need tech support. No, but I am tech support. Bro, I am the tech support. I am the adult. You know when you're like, I need an adult? I am the adult. I'm the adult who needs tech support. But then I'm tech support. I will get to it, just really slowly. I'm trying to like prioritize, cause this week and next week I really want to celebrate and highlight some pretty fun topics. I call it fun, but honestly, it could be dangerous. And I realize this, and I think it's really important that I do things right and that I honor and respect knowledge and curating content that's informative, even if it's like uncomfortable. Obviously, learning can be an uncomfortable process. The return of tech support Poe, always, dude, always. I forgot who I used to get like some tech support from. I think it was like Clotho and Rixie. They were super helpful. Clotho and Rixie are super nice, and they were super helpful regarding some of the tech stuff. Definitely Rixie. But yeah, other than that, I just need to like carve out time to like sit down and like figure everything out and troubleshoot everything one stream at a time. That's my method. I don't try to change like 10 things and hope something works. What I've been trying to do is like each stream I might change like 1 or 2 things and see like if it works. That's why it took such a long time for some of the things. But I don't know, like the alerts were working one time, like they worked, and then suddenly they just stopped working, so I don't know what happened. I don't know if like something changed, if there was an update that changed the whole entire configuration. So I have to like figure out, okay, so like why were my alerts working and then I did nothing and then suddenly they're not working? What's going on? Oh, but it will be a work in progress. Okay, what a good cardio. That was a really good cardio session right there. Okay, so we are done. We got only 2 fire placements. Oh, what does that mean? 2 fire placements. What is a fire placement? Is that a topic that I'm just not? Is that just a different topic? Are we doing that thing again where it's like, bring up a topic that Poette has no idea about? And that's a lot of things. And pray they just know. Okay, so we are going to shift gears a little bit. We're towards the end. Oh, okay, yes. Oh, okay. So I'm not a hardcore astrologer. I just like retain bits and pieces. Okay, you have 2 fire placements in your chart, and then we were talking about the fire horse being the fire like element, and it's just a lot of fire. One thing I need to do, and I guess it would make sense to share this with other people who have fire in their chart, is to to counter it with other elements, such as, I believe it's either going to be metal or water, especially water. Yes! Oh my god, yes, metal dragons, please. Oh my god, I don't feel so alone anymore. Okay, I'm not super astrologically inclined. I'm figuring it out, but I do know like metal is good, and I do know water is especially good. So really cool. Also, really quick, it's okay, Cappy, if you don't know anything about like astrology or zodiacs. I'm always really conflicted if someone's talking about their like their Western zodiacs or like the more Eastern charts, because here's the thing. I thought about this a few days ago. So, you know, metal is not a zodiac element. It is in the Eastern, though. It is in the Eastern. So I guess that would be the tip. That would be the clue. If someone is referring to metal, which is not brought up in the Western zodiac, I would probably kind of know that, oh, they have to be talking about the Eastern system, let's just call it. So going back, I literally thought about this like 2-3 days ago, as I was like, as I shared on like my social media, I was like, oh my God, there's eclipse happening. So in one reading, like in one system, they were saying the astrology is going to happen on this day. And then in like the Western, they're saying, oh, it's funny because it's going to happen like the next day. So it's like right next to each other. And then I thought about it. I was like, why is it that two systems that are looking at like the stars, right? Like astrology is charted based on the stars and like time and location and all these things. Why is like two systems that are looking at the same thing getting slightly different results? And then I thought to myself, actually, if you think about like where in terms of proximity these systems were designed, it's based on like the different hemispheres. So while like one system was probably developed on one side of the hemisphere and the other was developed on another side of the hemisphere, yes, they're technically looking at the same constellations and arrangement of the stars in the sky, but they're actually experiencing it in different time zones and in different like regions, obviously, like placement. And then I was like, huh, that actually makes sense. So I don't know, that's how I kind of like negotiate / cope with like the differences in like Western astrology practices and like Eastern astrology practices. And here's the crazy part. This is how crazy I am. I actually, and yes, also there's also differences in interpretation based on cultural significances and like values and things, right? So, and yeah, different philosophies, for sure. Yeah, they're also interpreting it differently. So here's the crazy thing that I'm trying to do is like I'm trying to take like Western predictions or interpretations of like the same constellations and elements in slightly different forms, and also try to take like the more complicated Eastern understanding that's like very, very layered. It's not just like, oh, you are this sign and therefore this is going to happen to you. It's like actually with like Western astrology, it's actually very complicated as well. Like you have like rising, and then you have like things that are in junction or whatever. I don't even know all the verbiage. I was like, oh my God, this is actually very complicated. So I'm like taking this as if it's like a weather report at the same time. So even though I'm like investing so much time and energy into understanding like, okay, what are they actually trying to say about this as like a weather prediction? Even as a weather prediction, you can only take it with a grain of salt. It literally happened like a few days ago. The weather said it's gonna rain. They said it was gonna rain in the afternoon. It did not rain in the afternoon, but it looked like it was gonna rain. And then what happened? It rained in the evening. Like it rained in the late evening. So it's like, yeah, there was a prediction that it was gonna rain. It just didn't rain like at the precise like second kind of thing. So, but did it rain? Yes, it rained. Place different values on different things. Yes, they do. So that's also really interesting to try to like navigate and like synthesize. And it's actually kind of a headache. Sometimes I don't even synthesize it. Sometimes I'm just like, okay, there's some kind of something is in retrograde. I don't even know what that means, but okay. And it means different things based on different astrological symbols and signs. So if you're like a Capricorn and someone else is a Scorpio, your experiences will be different based on like one single astrological event. So pretty interesting. Also, Rishi, thank you so much for the follow. If you're tuning in, thank you so much for being here. I did lower the music just so that it wasn't going to be too distracting. Oh, that's what I needed to do. I actually need to stretch. Eastern just happens to fit your personality better, so you use it as your weather report. Cool. I like that we're using this like weather report analogy because it brings a lot of nuance to it. We're not like people who are like religiously like following these predictions, like this is going to be the truth. This is like the fanfic of life. No, it's like, okay, it's a weather report. So we can just kind of take it for what it is and see how it can help us. Off topic, I feel like Poe is a very yappy person. Okay, cool. Yes, it is true. I am a yapper. Retrograde is when planets or the like suddenly change direction in the sky. Oh, due to geocentric universe model. Okay, cool. Very cool. Yeah, definitely not. So what has happened, I feel like I get misunderstood a lot and I'm like kind of used to it, but I still point it out because it's like, yeah, you completely misunderstood the message and the point. So that's on you, not on me. But I get misunderstood a lot. So like I'll say something and I'll be like, hey, let's talk about like astrology. And someone's like, oh, Poette's like a Wiccan. Oh my God, they're pagan. And I'm like, bro, calm down. I'm just talking about the weather in an astrological form. Like, calm down. Like, chill, bro. I think it has a lot to do with like deep-seated misogyny and like just like, I don't know, just hate, like, you know, like not open, like it's a little xenophobic. It's a little xenophobic. Like you don't like anything that's like not your comfort zone, right? Like something that's different or other. Which, by the way, did you guys know that the Salem witch trials says one thing on Twitter, just everybody loses their mind. That is actually kind of but it's a kind of funny, it's a funny meme. Back when the Joker was like a thing. Oh my goodness. But yeah, I try to like approach things as, I think the word is secular as possible, but it's really hard. It's really difficult. It's actually very challenging, but it's something that I need to like maintain in order to not get like, because I still want to like interact and understand some of these concepts and ideas, but without like being super like committed, which is kind of like really shady, right? Like I want to learn about astrology without being an astrologer. I want to be learning about like, I want to understand sociology without being a political science or sociology major. Like I want to know about like the arts and crafts without being labeled an artist or a painter. I want to be a VTuber without being a VTuber. I want to, you know, it's a contradiction. I'm a walking contradiction. I try not to be, but at the same time, here I am. Like, what was it? We had this conversation where we were saying like, oh, you have to be some level of otaku/weeb if you are a VTuber. I actually disagreed with that, and it took me a while to try to figure out like, why do I disagree with that? And it got brought up in my Japanese class where and I see your comment, Trina. Pretty cool. It got brought up into class where we were practicing like speaking Japanese. And they were saying like, oh, otaku desu ka? Like, are you an otaku? And so a lot of people said otaku desu, like, yeah, I am an otaku. And then I actually, in that class, I said, oh, otaku janai desu. But then it was because a lot of people loved anime, and like, I do like anime, but does that make me an otaku, right? Like, if I eat a pizza, does that make me an Italian? Just because I eat another culture's food, does that make me part of their culture? Like, you know what I mean? So and I looked up the word otaku. Did you know otaku translates like in my definition, and this is my opinion, otaku in my opinion translates to guru, meaning a person who's like an expert at something, aka a nerd, if you will, in a positive way, right? Because nerds know things. So actually, otaku is not just for anime. Otaku can be like a train otaku, a person who like loves trains, knows about trains, knows like the nuts and bolts of trains. You could also be an airplane otaku. You know about like plane models, or just really knowledgeable. Another criteria for being like anything of an anime otaku is like there's like four categories of being like an anime otaku. And I thought about it, I was like, yeah, I actually don't fit into any of these, which is you either are an anime otaku, where you know the voice actors, you know the company that produced and illustrated the anime that you really love, you know, like the artist or like the animators, the background artists, you're very familiar with like the nitty-gritty of it. Or you're like an idol otaku, which is like you know a lot about the idols, the celebrities, the the company, the music, the songs, the lyrics, the dance moves, down to the outfits and designs. Maybe you even replicate it for your own hobby and you know, emulate that entertainment for yourself. There was another one, so it's like manga. So with manga otakus, you know about the illustrators, again like the companies that like distribute, and like you know a lot about the history of these things. And I was like, yo, I just watched like one anime season, and I'm like really like it. I don't even like memorize the opening, and I don't make any attempts to like learn the songs, and I'm so sorry, I'm such a fake. But like that, I guess that was the reason I didn't want to like say I am something that I'm not. But I can say I like anime. But does that make me an otaku? Does that make me a tourist, which I've also heard? Does that make me a fraud? You know, if I play basketball in middle school, does that make me an athlete? Maybe at the time, for like a short period of time, right? If I painted one painting in my life, does that make me a painter? If I like painting and only paint sometimes, you know, do I identify as a painter? And so all of these like labels, part of identity, and like, you know, honoring and respecting that. So this kind of ties into like, oh, if someone wants to identify as trans or non-binary, or, you know, insert label here, if that's how they wish to be perceived, then we can do our best to honor that if they are making attempts to be what they say they are, right? Yeah. So I guess in a sense, I do have to claim that I am a VTuber, because I am making attempts to be, haha, a VTuber, as poorly or well as I am doing so. But I think I do like this idea of like content curating more. That's kind of like something that like resonates with me, but again, it's, you know, tomato. Okay, so that was my TED Talk. I'm gonna go ahead and check in with the chat, because you guys said some pretty cool things. In Japan, there's gonna be a school where teachers are VTubers. I did hear about that. They're gonna teach like math, science, and English, and yeah, it's interesting. Sounds dystopian. I don't know. I saw that comment, but I don't know what part sounds dystopian. I don't know what part of the past conversation was dystopian. So you'll have to clarify. Logfan6, you're gonna have to clarify what part was dystopian in your perspective, because maybe I don't see it, but that doesn't mean it doesn't exist, right? Guru otaku. Oh, guru. So like an expert of otakus, guru otaku of gurus. So you're like really knowledgeable about like gurus, maybe like world leaders, or I don't know if that was a joke, Panda. I feel like coming from you, that's like a joke. But the guru of gurus, the otaku of otakus. But yeah, no, there's certain people who are like really into like celebrity culture or like idol culture, and so they have like a really strong knowledge base on like celebrities and stuff like that. You're responding to Cappy. Oh, which part? Well, which part of what Cappy said? Cappy is, he's like, how do I say it? How do I say this nicely? He's like the baby of the group, you know, like we have to nourish, we have to like, not baby, but what's the word? Oh gosh, what am I trying to say? He is the small one, the small child of this internet village. You're a baby, bro. You is baby. You is baby. If I'm baby, you're baby. You're really young, basically. And I don't know. I feel like 18. You don't have a lot figured out. I didn't have a lot figured out when I was 18. I know some people who are 18 who had a lot of things figured out. Like a lot of my people I grew up with, I guess you can call them colleagues, not Nexus colleagues, obviously, like colleagues of like, you know, elementary and like middle school and high school. They actually started a family, like they had children when they were like 18, 19. And I'm over here like, huh? I'm like, huh? But yeah, so like, I don't know, I guess they figured it out for themselves, but like, I don't know. I don't think you are in that kind of situation where you have your life figured out and you're doing, you know, being an adult like that. Your birthday is in May. Oh, okay, you're turning 19. In May, interesting. Peers, yes, peers. A lot of my peers. I just didn't want people to confuse me saying peers or colleagues. I guess peers are better. Yeah, peers. That's a better word. Yeah, I was worried like the word peers would be associated with like, with Nexus. I don't know why. Like I kind of feel like I'm already like, I feel like everyone's like detached from Nexus. Like there's like, you know, like everyone's just kind of gone their separate ways. Like I don't know why my brain still thinks that there's any sort of affiliation anymore, but yeah. So yeah, you're still quite young. Even the word teen, 19, right? 18. He was a teen, a little baby, a young one. The future, our future rests in the young generation. Am I having flashbacks? Am I don't know. I don't know if I'm having any particular like one flashback. I just like, I think I'm trying to like make it like proximity wise. Like if I said peers, who do you guys think of as my peers? Like do you actually think like, oh, people that like Poe grew up with, like elementary, middle school, you know, high school, or like college? Yeah. I just needed to communicate and be specific, I guess. Anyways, okay, so workout is done. Stretching has been completed. Yeah, Plushette is still alive and kicking. I actually, well, I won't get into that. That's biting off more than I can chew to say that I have a goal with something related to that. So I'll hold off. I don't want to do that. So tomorrow, believe it or not, I am actually going to stream. We are going to do our best to have a very informative, it might not be like the best thing ever, and I accept that, but like at the same time it shouldn't be like miserable. What do I mean by this? I actually wrote this. I just want to kind of prime you guys. No, I just kind of want to give a heads up. Let me go to tomorrow's stream. So basically my intention, and I also understand that intention does not mean impact, okay? I think it's really important that we understand that a person's intention is not the same as the impact that is caused. Yeah, I can have no intention of XYZ, but then XYZ happens as a result, even that wasn't my intention. Sometimes it, you know, but yeah. There's I'm really pushing myself. I'm really trying to honor something that I personally value, and I want to learn and grow about. And you know, that's kind of like my purpose here. That's my goal. Will I succeed, or will I fail and end up causing a ruckus on the internet and have it be terrible PR? I don't know. I'm gonna try to not do that, but I'm gonna try to do it correctly and honor. So what happened was this past week I was able to reach out to like 8 content creators. But here's the thing, not kind of like not good news, not the best of news. Only one person came through. Only one person gave me the consent, so I'm gonna pivot my plans a little bit. We're gonna go classics. Yeah, we're gonna go with the classics. We're gonna go all in with the classics. What I'm gonna do is, I think, so 2 things. I actually kind of want to ask you guys. Do you guys want to like learn together, or do you guys want me to like create a presentation? I could create a presentation. It's just a lot of work, and I was sick last week, and I was just trying to like undisease myself. I feel like a disease right now, and I have like a lot of other stupid stuff I need to do, especially with the ants, right? That's gonna take like an hour to try to haul them out somehow. I hope they haven't gone to the compost bin yet. That banana's gonna be like a source of, that banana's gonna be covered in ants. So basically, I participated in this event and we played bingo, and it was really cool because I got to learn names of people in history that I didn't know about, and I thought it was really cool, and it kind of planted a seed in me. A good seed, by the way, not a bad seed. Okay, we have good seeds growing. And what happened was later, so after that seed was planted in my brain about Black History Month, I came across this other like news not article, but like this, again, it's content creators that I want to curate to you guys, but I want to also get their permission and consent, and it's on one hand I don't need to, on another hand it's like my own perfectionism that's like stopping me, so I have to just figure it out without getting myself in trouble. But basically there was this woman who talked about vanilla and like the innovation of vanilla plants, and I talked about it actually with you guys a few streams ago, and so that actually sparked everything. And I was like, yo, I'm like learning so much about Black history that I never learned in school. Like none of this was ever brought up. Like I'm just like, this is so cool. Like what? It's also kind of the same thing when I learned about like Asian history as well. Like in China, the official language is Mandarin, but way back yonder, before it was the main language, Cantonese was actually the more dominant language. And then there was like, again, I don't remember the name or the time period, but there was like at the time, a leader or a president or whatever you want to call those people. He was from like a Canton region, and so his tongue, his language was Cantonese, but he needed to make a decision to like he had to make a decision where like, okay, we need to make an official language for this country. So he there's some tension, and he chose Mandarin as the official language because he didn't want to show bias towards his own like village, or like, you know, bias to his own like region, I guess. And so that's, I guess, kind of like one of the reasons, or the reason that Mandarin became like the official language of China. So I didn't know that, and I was like mind blown. I was like, okay, that kind of makes sense now. And so like if schools have to choose between, like in America or anywhere else, have to choose between like, okay, we can only choose like one Asian language to teach from China, you know, is it going to be Mandarin or Cantonese? It most likely will be Mandarin because of it's the official language, right? And then, you know, same with like in Philippines, you know, I learned that in Philippines there's actually a lot of different dialects and like different sub languages. I don't want to call them, but like dialects. I'm just gonna call them dialects. I don't know the official term, but it's not just Tagalog, even though Tagalog is like a very well-known language in the Philippines, but there's actually many different dialects within and languages within the Philippines. So cool, right? Like I didn't know this, and it's fascinating, and I get a kind of like a sense of like wonder, and I get a sense of awe, like, whoa, this is, you know, the more you know. And sometimes I do learn things that I probably should not learn, and I should not know, but I know, so it's too late. Kind of like the Epstein files. Once you know, you just can't. And like, thank you to all the people out there, like especially the content creators who are doing the work to like go through those millions of pages and emails and documents to like spoon feed me or everyone else like the facts, because like I know I couldn't sit down and read 3 million pages of that. So, you know, they're citing their sources and they're sharing, and I'm like, okay, cool. So yeah, I think I'm just kind of on this like wave of like content curating, lots of information's out there, you know, things like that. Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that, you know, that you're also appreciating it. Foxy Paws, welcome. Hi, welcome. How you doing? I'm just kind of trying to lay down the foundation for tomorrow's stream. It's gonna be messy. I don't have it all together. I'm gonna do my best to honor and celebrate excellence and acknowledge where areas of learning need to be had, and it will be uncomfortable. Okay, it will be uncomfortable. I want to acknowledge that it can be upsetting and uncomfortable because the history, this is probably why I don't like history, but I'm slowly learning to like I don't know, it's like an acquired taste for me. I'm slowly starting to kind of be more interested in history and learn, and trying not to stay ignorant, because that is a choice. By me not wanting to learn about history, that is a choice. By me having aversion and avoiding historic topics and realities that existed that do shape our current reality and systems, that is a choice of ignorance. So I'm gonna try to not do that and try really hard to learn and process horrific stuff, as well as acknowledge the good things that have happened and innovations. Okay, it will be a steal. Be good. Okay, cool. Yeah. Yeah, you know, the biggest thing that blew my mind was learning about Thomas Thistlewood. I am not going to go into detail about that, but I said that name, and y'all can do the work. It is not a happy story, but it is a reality. I think, this is just my thinking, I think Thomas Thistlewood came up in relation to the Epstein files, but I don't know. That's just my thinking. But okay, I'll stop. I'll spare you guys the headache of trying to escape the reality of our life. I'm sorry. But yeah, thank you very much. The outfit is my workout outfit. Yay! I actually have another outfit design that I hope, if I can just get my shenanigans together, I can share it with you guys in May. I will give y'all a little hint. It's a teaser. It is a kimono. And it's really cute. I have the design. I just don't have it in a 3D model form. I'm gonna try to like shimmy my way into like figuring that out later. So we're gonna put a pin on that. It's the fit for the it's the fit for fitness. Yes, it's the fit for the fitness. Oh, Foxy Paws, thank you so much for, tuning in and being here. It's really awesome. I'm really glad that, you're tuning in. So today, just a little recap, I did a workout. It's beginner friendly. So if you ever get into the mind space of like, hey, I want to try to do this too, you're always more than welcome. I'm here every day at this time. It's Wednesdays, and depending on your time zone. So yeah. Tomorrow's gonna be so interesting. Oh my god, I pray that like nothing bad happens. Like, please, if you're a mod, if you're a moderator, if you're a mod, please save my butt. Please. I don't think, I will be in shock if something terrible happens. You're gonna hear it. You're gonna be like, you're gonna hear Poette going, the signature ums and the uhs and the babble that like that happens as I'm trying to process like what's going on. So please save me. I don't know if I'll be able to anticipate the horrors that could possibly happen, but we'll see. Yeah, we definitely hit our goals today, so I'm super excited. Internally freaking out, but like externally just kind of looking a little spaced out. Yeah, it's 11:12. 11:12 p.m. or 11:12 a.m. Is it in the morning for you, Foxy Paws? Because yeah, we have, which is really cool. We have a lot of different people from like different parts of the world, which makes it so, to me, it makes it really special in a good way, not like special in a bad way. Special as in like, yo, this is so cool. Like technology is being used in the proper way. Like we're connecting like we should be. We're having like really constructive discussions. We're learning, we're discussing, we're thinking, we're problem solving, we're navigating, we're figuring out. we're you know, we're trying to figure all of this out in real time, which is interesting. Cool. So nighttime for you guys. Okay, cool. Yeah, feel free if you're tired and sleepy. Don't let me keep you up. Sleep hygiene, I always encourage that. Please sleep on time. Sleep is really important. You can always watch the VOD. I'm here. I will be here. I hope. unless something like makes it so that I'm not here, I will be here. That is my hope. There will be times where I may need to take some time off for my health, for my well-being, and yeah, so that is to be expected, right? But I will do my best to show up because I honestly do enjoy like connecting with others, learning together, trying to express my thoughts in a way that I never have ever been able to. You're not tired. You have to make a mask. Oh, what does that mean? Make a mask? Like a project? Like arts and craft? But yeah, so I hope that tomorrow can be educational, can be fun. It will be uncomfortable. Like, I'm just going to say that. Tomorrow may be uncomfortable. In which case, we're going to take some pauses. We're going to breathe through it. We're going to take some timeouts. We're going to take some pauses. We're going to sit with the discomfort. We're going to process it, and we'll be fine. Because that's the type of person I am. But it's funny because I found another content creator, and she's so, like, how do I say this? So badass, in my opinion. She's like this. She's like the antithesis. She's like opposite of me, but I feel like I really respect her for this, actually. She's like this. She's like, I'm not going to hold your hand. It's not my responsibility to teach you. It's not my responsibility to educate you. Y'all need to like do your research. She's like that. And I'm like, oh my God, you're so cool for that. Because she's so real. And I think she's a lot younger than me. I don't know in terms of age, but she just seems really young. And I'm like, you are so cool for that. My people-pleasing tendencies will not allow me to do that yet, but one of these days I will get on her level, and you will see me like this. I'll be like, y'all, it's Thomas Thistlewood, and I'm gonna say no more. You do the work. But even then, that's still super nice. That's still like the nicest way to be like, please do your research. It's not my responsibility to tell you anything. You should, you know, figure this out and come to your conclusion and process your own emotions and all that. But I think I'm a little bit more, I don't know if the word's hands-on or like, I think it's like hand-holding. I don't know. But yeah. Base, not gonna lie, yeah, she's super cool and she's very informative. Like, she cuts straight to the point, whereas me, I do struggle with talking. Wait, no, I'm a yapper. That makes no sense. I struggle with like talking about some of my ideas and thoughts because I never really had a space or people to talk about that with. A lot of my friend groups, it was just super like never talked about these things. It was always like, oh, you know, what do you want to eat? What do you like? What's music you're listening to? What do you like to wear? You know, like what kind of clothes? You know, oh, is this cute? Oh, have you watched this show? Very like just super, just like really, I don't even know what to call it. It's not superficial. It's just like something we bonded over, right? Like, oh, we like the same things. Oh, like we really like this band or this boy group or girl group or whatever. Or, oh, the fashion from, you know, Tokyo is so cute and blah, blah, blah. You know, like that kind of stuff. So I never really had a space. I think it wasn't until like college that I could start like writing reports and papers and, you know, being exposed to these types of things. So I guess I'm also learning how to voice my opinions, my thoughts in a way that's still authentically me. And so I guess I shrivel up, and I need to work on that. I need to be able to like take, and no, it's not that I can't take constructive feedback. It's more like, actually I love constructive feedback. It's more like I don't like when commentary is like rude and bashful and like targeting a person's like quality or character as opposed to like, oh, hey, you know, like that's not correct thinking, because as we know, this happened, and that kind of, you know, like using like information and facts and logics. So yeah, taking one argumentation and debate class does not make me an expert argumentation and debate person, but like I can kind of see like when someone's talking about like facts and ideas versus like attacking a person's character. And then knowing that, it's really interesting looking at the news or like content where like people are no longer talking about the facts. They're bashing a person's characteristic or personality or even their accent. I don't know. Weird, right? That brought on a weird memory where I was like HR for this weird organization where it was like it was a Hungarian man, had an accent, criticized the Japanese man who had a Japanese accent for having an accent, when literally both of these people had like accents. And like I was called to like help with this dispute, and I'm like, yo, WTF, what am I dealing with? The complaint was, you know, the Japanese guy was like, he's making fun of me, it's racist. And I'm like, what did he say? He's like, my accent. But then you hear this guy and he's like, he's also got a heavy accent, and I'm like, what? Yeah, so I don't know. That was stressful. We be living in some funny times. Many such cases, yeah, it's pretty weird. That's pretty weird. Okay, I'm so sorry. I keep seeing this. I have no idea what this means. Is it 10? What does that mean? I'm 10. You're saying the clock, like you're 10, or is this your age? I'm 1, because you keep saying I'm 1, I'm 10. Are you like saying something like you're, wait, I'm so confused. There's like 3 thoughts happening in my brain right now. Are you saying the time? It's 10 o'clock, it's 1 o'clock? That was like my first thought, so I just ignored it because like, okay, you're just saying your time. And then the second one was like, are you rating yourself in terms of like, you know that meme where it's like, oh, they are a 10, like you're rating yourself in terms of attractiveness, and also you're spamming? Or are you straight up saying that's your age? Because I have confusion. In which case, if you are that old, please lurk more. Like lurk, no spammy, no talky, don't yap. Oh yeah, there's also like this weird thing going on about YouTube and whatnot. And it's really funny because like Cappy's already gone, but like I have talked about this with the stream. I was like, y'all, should I make my streams ages 25 and above? Because here's the thing, like I don't do anything that's like considered like not safe for work or taboo. That's just not who I am. That's just not what I want to do. That's just not it. That's just wrong. So like it's not, but if anything, I'm trying to think, because then now there's a question is like, oh, Poette, do you let minors lurk and listen? This might be weird. I might get like heat. I don't know. I think if you're really young, you can like lurk and listen just to learn, but like don't do the typing. Don't talk. Just lurk and listen. But like don't try to interact and be weird, because for the vast majority, I believe my community is like older. And while I would like to believe that you guys are responsible, not creepy, groomer, petty, file weirdos, I just cannot control what happens, right? Like I just can't. But like I want to believe and want to, right? Like, you know what I mean? Like I want to believe that you guys are good people, but I don't know. I just don't know, because I also know people hate me because I exist. But then that's like not me. That's not my problem. That's like you got to work out your own misogyny and like your hatred for like women who do abuse certain XYZ, right? But I'm not one of them, right? So like when you say all men, versus all women, and I'm over here like, yo, I want to be a bag of salad. I don't want to be either. I want to be MX Evergreen salad. Like I think that's probably part of my social evolution. Like this is my philosophy. Y'all, I'm giving you my philosophy. The reason why I think I identify as queer, and like no one's gonna agree with me, but like I'm giving it to you straight. This is my answer. I think it's social evolution. I think it's social evolution. Like as a person, I'm seeing like, you know, this weird war, this dichotomy of like man versus woman, and I'm just like, yo, I don't want to be a part of it. So like socially, I like engineered myself to be like, hi, I'm non-binary. I'm like not part of this, but at the same time, I still am, but like less or attempting to be. But you know, as we know, silence is also not neutrality as well. But anyways, that was my tea. That was my 2 cents. You can agree or disagree. I don't know because I haven't taken a gender studies class, which was something that I wanted to do. Maybe in the future, I will learn more about the evolution. How much of it is biology? How much of it is it social conditioning or not social conditioning? Because then you still see people who are like from very conservative religious families and they're LGBTQ. So like, what's going on there? I don't have the answers, but I am investigating and I want to learn, and I hope you guys will learn too. And yeah, so looking forward to tomorrow. I'm gonna do my best to take care of myself. I hope everyone takes care of themselves as well. Be ready to learn together. Be ready to sit with discomfort. I'm gonna try to provide some visuals for tomorrow's stream so it's a little bit more engaging. No guarantees because I'm very behind, but I will do my best. Yeah, there's going to be a lot of discussion, so be prepared and be willing to celebrate good things and learn to do better, I suppose. I don't know what else to say. It is though. It really is. Salem witch trials. That was an eye-opener. Absolutely eye-opener. For the longest time, I just never believed. It just seemed too much of a fairy tale. It just seemed too much of a weird fairy tale. But then when you put it into like the lens of like, oh, you know, these were women who had property and had land and resources from their rich husband that passed away or whatever. And so the only way to take and confiscate these women's property were to call them a witch and burn them and just steal. I guess now that you think about it, bullying has just evolved. Yeah, bullying, power. Yeah, and so that goes back to my first topic earlier today when we were talking about the chakra system. Yeah, we're still, as a collective conscious, this is once again my opinion, but I feel like a lot of people might share this sentiment, whether you do or not. Again, it is for you to figure out. I think collectively as a conscious, if we were like to take an average, perhaps, of course there's always the exception, right? There's like a few people who are like really awesome, but like as a collective, I think we're still operating in the lower regions of survival of the chakra system. You know, like what is it? Reproduction, right? That stuff, power and food, right? So yeah. Sounds good. Bye, Panda. Thank you so much for being here. And yeah, and I think to try to elevate, it's going to be difficult. It's going to be a challenge, but it is what it is. We have to just be aware of it, I suppose. But yeah, so that is my rant. I hope you guys enjoyed the workout today. Hope you guys feel like you want to work out or continue working out or start working out or improve your workout. I don't know, whatever it is. And yeah, hopefully we'll have some book clubs, talk about some books in the future. I'll give you guys updates as needed, as appropriate. And yeah, we'll go on from there. Thank you so much, everyone. Stay safe, be well, stay educated, informed, take breaks, take care of yourself. Don't lose your mind. Don't lose your marbles. I will be here tomorrow, and it will be a good stream. We will do our best for it. So, yeah. What? Okay, sounds good. Thank you so much. And for the new folks tuning in and listening, thank you so much for being here. I hope you get some positive energy, learn something, something good comes out of this experience together. So cool. Yeah. Bye, guys. I'll see you next time. Take care and be well. Mwah.